All right, I think we're live. I'm gonna check in on it right now.
It says live 7 seconds in, so.
Hey Bruce, I'm gonna have you start us off because I want you to update us what's going on at QCC. How you guys doing, man?
So we played the number 5 team in the country today, Northern Essex. They're really, really good. They were 20-1. We held them for a little while, and then we missed the layup, and then kind of it just got out of hand a little bit. Down 15.5, but I mean they're blowing everyone out by 30. Ended up losing at the end, but we're 10-8, better than we were last year. We got really good sophomores, especially Johnny Annan, who's from Worcester, played at Worcester Tech. We got a little time off until we play Quincy on Thursday, and then we got Bristol. So we got about 5-6 games left. We have a really good shot at winning all 5. But our only thing is we got Roxbury coming up too. So two of the 5 are really, really hard. So we'll see. But we're competing, and we're kind of just trying to make it happen. We're out there recruiting too for all those kids in Worcester that are looking for a home that don't have any offers yet. We're Quinn Sig's on the map, and we all know AP played there and was really good and got this offer to MCLA, and guys is going to kind of give us a little bit more stuff if they could. I mean, I know we're not Division III, but we're competing, we're transferring guys to other schools. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Real quick, Coach,
that's the big
Coach
thing,
Robinson. Hold on. Hey, 1 second. Coach Robinson, you want to introduce yourself? What's going on at Fitchburg, man? I see y'all had a tough run-in with Algonquin, man. What happened?
Yeah, so as you've seen early in the season, we're a force, but we get in our own way at times. Especially during that Doherty game. That was another crazy game that we had. But to bring it to Algonquin, those boys were just we kept them around, and they're fighting school. You know what I mean? So they just clawed their way back, and fatigue ran into the. You know what I mean? We prepared for 4 quarters, but now we've been practicing and we've been training like we've been preparing every game like it's Algonquin. 3 overtimes, buzzer beaters after buzzer beaters, last second shots. It was a good earned win for them, but it was a tough loss on us because we definitely do think we have the pieces to definitely compete for one of the top teams in Central Mass.
Yeah, definitely, man. It was even the same for you guys last year. You guys always have like a crazy, energetic, upbeat, scrappy team, but it's like sometimes games just slip away from you guys,
That's a big thing that we're hopping in this year. It's like it's a superstitious word that I don't allow in the huddle no more. Is finish on 3. You know what I mean? We have to. I find there's superstition in that, so I try to stay away from that. Because the one things we do is we have a strong first quarter, a strong second quarter, then we'll come out at half and just like come out flat. We'll be up by 10, 15 in the fourth quarter and just end strong once we say finish on 3. So I'm trying to stay away from that superstition. 4-4 of the season. Do I think that it's our schedule? It's at the end of the day, that's our record, but I don't think we're a 4-4 team.
Okay. I don't think that's either.
Yeah, same here.
Wait, what's Fitchburg's record?
We're 4-4 right now.
You remember at that game?
Only 8 games?
Only 8, yeah. So we've been blessed and cursed at the same time. We've had snow days on game days. So I say blessed because I work at the school too. So.
Oh yeah. You guys don't play. You guys don't got South this year, right?
We had South first game. We won that game.
They beat South.
Yeah, we beat South.
It's always we always play you guys first. I remember that.
Yeah, the last couple of seasons we've been playing y'all first.
I was telling you that, KCO, at the Fitchburg Doherty game. I was talking to them, Fitchburg's top 3 in Central Mass, and then you guys just had that. And then you guys, I think your best player fouled out. I think with like 3 minutes left, right?
Yeah, that was tough. Omar Rodriguez. I know I know A knows about him. I'm sure Brucey got him.
The bounty kid, right? The bounty
Yeah,
kid.
Yeah,
bouncy,
yeah. That's what, yo,
Yeah,
if
he's tough.
you
That's
guys were
tough.
a little more deeper, right?
Yeah.
That's why I said, yo, if y'all was a little more deeper.
I like the guard though. I like the guard too.
Yeah, the
Number
point guard.
5, Victor.
Victor's tough, man. He's underrated, bro.
He's his personality says it for himself. He's quiet. He stays to himself. He's not really talkative.
He
But
seems like a leader too.
he leads by one of those examples type of guy. You know what I mean? So he doesn't say much, but you know when he's on the court, and you can see when he's on the court what he can do. So, you know what I mean? Action's louder than words.
All right, real quick. Anthony, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm AP. Most people call me from Worcester. I do a lot of pipeline stuff. I do this. I do the Summer Jam Classic, the Pro Am. I just did the high school jamboree. The process of bringing back March Madness, which is for non-varsity players. All-Star games. Me and KC in talks. I coach Worcester Tech. We won the state championship in 2019. Now I just do player development and more like exposure stuff, sports agency stuff. But yeah, I'm just creating a pipeline right now for Worcester and just getting these kids more exposure.
Word, that's what's up, man. Doing great work. Kasheen,
Yeah, it's
KC,
major.
man. What's up, man?
Yeah, it's Kasheen. Most people call me KC in the city. I do a lot of work with Tishaun. Starting like I think it was 2015 summertime. He started up a camp. He made me be the chaperone, like a coach there for the 5th grade and 6th graders. So that's what I've been doing for the past 7 years. For 1 week, it's a 1 week overnight camp, and for the first week of August. And I played ball for South, 4-year varsity player from 2010 to the 14. I went to WPI twice, things like that. So now I'm just trying to get back to the kids and make sure they get to college and get to that next level.
So you know Barbosa.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's an athlete too.
Yeah.
Okay.
KC is South-High legend though, KC. Don't be modest.
What'd you say? I can't really hear. It's kind of low.
I said don't be modest. You a South-High legend, dog.
Oh, nah. That's a fact. That's, I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? But you know.
All right,
Quinn Sig though. I said of Monroe. That's what happened. You messed up. You should have went to Quinn Sig instead of Monroe.
Nah, that's a fact. I kind of made a bad decision there.
It happens to all of us. Well, not all of us. It happens to some of us, man. Like, you know, if you don't have the right guidance or if you're not thinking straight, you'll go somewhere trying to.
I kind of got caught up into the trying to not go D3 thing. You know what I mean? So I tried to go to D2 community college, out of town, New York.
Yep.
It just was a good look for me.
Well, in my opinion, right, this is the best thing about. I think we're all pretty much in that 24 to 30 range right now. You know what I mean? Where we know what we were missing when we were younger, so we're kind of giving it back. You know what I mean?
That's
exactly without looking for much. So I think that's the best part about what we're doing. You know what I mean?
And we all doing it in our own different way, right? Like, I think sometimes we get competitive. Oh, this person's doing this guy's doing that, but really don't know two people do the same thing the same way. Everyone's a little bit different, even if we're working with the same kids or in the same spaces. We all got different talents.
Everyone plays the game
work
different.
Together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone plays the game different. You know what I mean? So you learn different stuff to put in that bag. Everyone talks about having a bag, but you can't have a big bag if you're, you know what I mean, only working and limiting yourself to one trainer, one coach. You know what I mean? Be coachable. That means to all coaches. You know what I mean? To all trainers, like picking up little pieces, little keys to other people's game and making it into your own. I think is what kids should focus on. You know what I mean? And like someone like KC, you know what I mean? Like if he had someone like him, you know what I mean, Anthony, Bruce, you, I think, you know what I mean, the sky's the limit at that point.
No, for sure. That's a fact for sure.
Fact. My high school class was crazy, bro. I had like 5 point guards that were 3 or 4 of them were scholarship point guards. I was probably the lowest ranked point guard in my class, and I was the only one that played college ball. Like,
see what I'm saying? Like
it gotta be more like, we need way more kids going, bro.
That's why I always tell these kids right now, I ain't trying to have them like me. Like, look, like I played 8th grade varsity for Maine South. You know what I mean? Like I ain't playing a lick of college basketball at all. Like, so I try to tell these kids, like, don't take it for granted now. Like, if a school's looking at you, don't take it for granted, for real. You know what I mean? No matter what division it is, 3, because Anna Maria was looking at me, Becker, all these schools, Clark, and I'm like, nah, I'll go to the community college route. I'm gonna go to Monroe Community College, then number 5 in the state. Number 5 in the country at the time. I'm gonna go up there and try to work with Coach Burns, and it didn't work out for me at all. I was 17 years old going to college, and Coach Burns straight hit me with the red shirt. I'm not red shirt. I'm like, whoa, like, what? What you mean, red shirt?
Yo, KC, and see, a similar thing happened to me. So I'll tell my story. I went to BC High, graduated 2013. I was Boston Herald Dream Team, right? You see me on the cover of Malik James, Prince, Tyrese Gibson, all these dudes. Then I had looks from like D2s and D3s, but in my head, I'm like, that dude. So what I do, I go to prep school instead of just going to college. Go to prep school, and I have experiences that make me not even like basketball like that no more. You know what I'm saying? When I should have just took my own path instead of trying to follow this one path that everyone takes.
Exactly.
Go to prep school, end up at a college that I don't really want to be at, even though it's a Division I college. I don't want to be there because I don't like it. So my whole thing is just trying to get kids to chart their own path. Not feeling so pressured to be Division I. Be your own top dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, do your own thing.
Class of 13, you said you were. So only one other person I can think from the top of my mind that didn't go the college route, really made big for himself, was Brendan Jennings. So he was like, he went unconditional. You know what I mean? He had all the looks, all the talent. And when he went overseas, he was backlashed. Oh, you're going to ruin your career, blah, blah, blah. But he bet on himself, and we all know what he was doing in the NBA overseas and all that stuff. So I don't even have to go through that. But it's like you're saying, like, don't be afraid to create your own mold. And like sometimes staying in the box is overrated. So like, if any kids out there listening right this second, I'm gonna sit there and say, bet on yourself. You know what I mean? But bet on yourself with the right leaderships around you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like guys like you, like taking experiences and lessons. Go ahead.
Real quick, my fault, Bruce. I'm only muting you because you're echoing. Well, like, you know what I'm saying? So I just gotta mute you so it don't echo. But I'm gonna let you speak.
No, that's okay. It's my car.
Go ahead, Bruce, if you want to say something.
I think the biggest thing, right, and like it's kind of a topic I want to talk about, right, is obviously like AP went to Quincy, and he kind of knows the JUCO route. Obviously in KC, like you tried to go to Monroe, which is a great school. Like just from like asking all of you guys, like what is the whole, and obviously like Cedric knows, like I have Darnell with me up at Quincy. I'm trying to get 2 other kids from Fitchburg. Like, what is the kind of, and I just want to know for me and people around, like, what is the stigma in the city about why kids don't want to come to Quincy right now? Like, why is it D1 or bust for all these kids?
I was just about to say, go ahead, Casey.
I'll tell you for me off the bat, like for me, I looked at Quinn. I'm not gonna sit here and try to sugarcoat it or nothing. Like coming out of it was no way. Like people telling me like, yo, why don't you go to Quincy for a year or two? I'm what? There's no way I'm going to Quincy, but like I don't know why. And then what's so crazy is that after I went to Monroe, that happened to me. Whatever, my friend had passed back home. I left school. I came back home, and then Tishaun Jenkins got the job at QGC. That's when everything changed for me. I'm like, wait, hold on, okay. Tishaun got. I'm like, all right, Coach Ty got the job up here. I'll go there. In my mind, when I did go, I'm like, I should have came here straight out of high school. And that's what I'm trying to tell kids now too. Like, don't look at Quincy as a school that's down. Go there, go to work, and you're gonna get to the level you want to really be at. If you go to work and you show, like, you know what I mean. Like, I ain't supposed to be here, basically. You know what I mean? So that's my whole thing.
So
go ahead.
My bad.
Oh no, you're good. Nah, I was just saying the biggest issue I think is just over time. Like, I graduated in 2010. KC was like 2014. So the prep schools was it as big as they were.
We can't hear you, bro. We can't
I
hear
can't
you.
hear so much.
Think I hear me now?
A little bit.
I think you got the mic covered.
How about now? Is it there?
It's a little soft.
Go ahead, Coach Robinson. Then I'll go.
No, you good.
no,
You good
you
now.
good,
Oh,
you
now
good,
we
you
can
good,
hear
yeah.
you, P. Now you're
Yeah.
good.
Oh, I'm good now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now I was saying, I think the biggest thing is that the prep schools like grew so much since like 26 to 2010. Like my years, like prep schools weren't big. Like you had to be like a 9-year to go to prep school. Like you had to be like an athlete like that. Now like guys go to prep school all the time. Like all the time. There's guys that go prep to D3. I just think prep. There's so many prep schools now. There's so many opportunities to go prep that people skip JUCO now. I think JUCO is pointless. So I think it's just more with the way the game has changed and the way that the prep school game has changed. Like you don't really see a lot of even big time JUCO players going like Division 1 and going to the league.
Right.
Like you guys remember Pierre Jackson? Like he came from a JUCO. Like a lot of guys were going JUCO to big time JUCO, but big now it's so many opportunities for prep school. So they're skipping the whole JUCO route now just to go to prep
Like
school.
even for me, I had a chance to go prep school, 10th grade, Suffolk Academy. I went to visit and everything. Like I got accepted to go and all that. My mom was trying to force me to go, but I'm like, I'm not really trying to go to boarding school right now. I want to stay home, play at South. You know what I mean? And I think back at the time, like, damn, if I went to Suffield, it would have been a whole different ball game for me.
There was no prep schools over here.
So my experience growing up in high school, I came from Florida. You know what I mean? So like our Florida schools, especially in the area I was, IMG was the top dogs. You know what I mean? Mount Verdi. So I knew I wasn't gonna be 6'10", you know what I mean? Jumping out the gym. So where I went wrong was when I was in high school out there, the assistant coach, his sister, her husband was married to the assistant head coach of Florida U. You know what I mean? And my dad gave me the choice. It's like, yo, we can move back to Mass or we can stay out here. And I think this is where a lot of kids get wrapped up. And KC kind of touched on it a little bit. Was you trying to ball out with your friends? You know what I mean? Like being back at home. I think that idea in my head is what sparked me. Like, yo, I want to play with my friends. But yeah, I mean, only God knows what would happen if I stayed.
Right. Like I had Rod Milton still at my school. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if y'all know Rod, but he was still at South. I'm like, nah, I can't leave Rod. Like I'm trying to. I think me and him could have won district. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, nah,
athletic?
I'm back at home.
Was he an athletic, like 6 foot type?
Yeah. You know him, Jay. Okay. He came with the academy a few times too. You know Rod.
Yeah, to play pickup. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Danny Manning ended up looking at him. Just from pickup at Worcester Academy.
Worcester Academy balling out too, right? This year?
Yeah, they're going crazy.
They're going crazy, right?
Yeah. They only lost one game, and it was to BCA, who they beat in the championship last year. Oh, and then they lost to Brewster too, I think.
And they played Brewster tough. They was up on 10.
My boy Kayvon Worcester made.
Like even at that camp, I be going to since 2015, the first year, Kayvon was the fourth grader there. He was the fourth grader. And it's really fifth and sixth. He was in fourth grade there, and he was killing.
He was Casey, I want to ask you, because I seen you've been going to a lot of those like classic games. Those like, was it Hoop Hall? You've been to the Garden.
The Hoop Hall joint,
like tell me about what you've seen. Like Bronny James. Like, all right, compare. I hope this isn't divisive, but compare Bronny James to Kayvon. How would you assess that? Those two players, just to give me a metric of like.
To give you a metric, I would say, because someone asked me,
that's a good question.
Do you think Worcester Academy, Brewster Academy, like, do you think those schools can play with the Montverts, IMGs, and the difference between them schools literally is the bottom guys, like Montverde, Sierra Canyon, like those guys, they have 7 deep that's going high major. You know what I'm saying? Which Academy would have got 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? So like the 4th guy ain't as good as these dudes' 4th guy. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing. That's like a different metric with them. But to me, I think with Academy's top 3 guys can play at all the levels, like Montverde. I think they could play. Like, I think Kayvon could go to Montverde and he'll compete. He'll hold his own. I think, you know what I mean. So I don't really think it's too much off. I just think it's where he's at. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's the only difference I see. To be honest, that's the only difference I see.
I saw Kayvon play Bronny this summer. They played AAU against each other on ESPN.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, yeah, Kayvon. Kayvon was on his own because he just so good defensively. Like he can defend it. He can defend the 1 through 5 almost.
Anybody, bro. Anybody. He's so strong, bro. He can defend anybody.
Yeah,
I think the main difference between Bronny and Kayvon is who Bronny's father is. If I'm just gonna be completely honest, because I mean Jay and I have talked about this. Like, Bronny's good, but is he as good as everybody says he is? I mean, to be honest, his younger brother's better. Like, Bryce is better.
I think Bryce is better too. No.
He'll be better.
Let me rephrase that.
He'll be better.
Yes, I think Bryce will be better than Bronny. But right now, like we compare when Bryce was when Bronny was in 10th grade and Bryce in 10th grade now, whatever. Bronny was better, but I just think Bryce over time is going to be better. Because when I went to the game, they didn't play Bryce at all. You know what I'm saying? And Bronny was playing in 10th grade when Amari Cooper was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, when Bronny was in 10th grade, he was playing. And Bryce didn't play not a minute. So I'm just like, dang, like, it kind of had me question, like, I might have been off. But I just think over time, I think Bryce is going to be better.
Nah, I don't think you're off at all, because you see the cases where Lonzo was that dude. You know what I mean? Jello.
Right.
You know what I mean? Jello. And then LaMelo just skyrocketed. So I don't think you're wrong. I think, especially with the way the game's going, I think Bryce will be a lot taller, a lot bigger, a lot stronger. I think he's going to be more like his dad in a lot of ways than Bronny will be.
Bronny
Where do you guys think Bronny ends up at?
You said rank? Or where he ends up at?
No.
I think he'll stay at Cali.
Okay.
UCLA?
In my opinion, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Either UCLA or
USC. It looking like USC.
Yeah.
Oh, USC. Mm-hmm. How big is Bronny though? He's only like 6'3", right?
6'3", probably like one.
Yeah, like 6'3". He got an NBA, like not an NBA, but he got like a grown man body. You can see it, and it's like, you know, like when I seen him up close, I'm like, damn, like he's more like of a strong than I thought. You know what I'm saying? Like he's built. I'm like, damn.
He's built like D Wade and Jimmy Butler were in college. Is how he's built. Just like that's kind of the body he has.
Bronny tough though. People want to say the like LeBron thing, but Bronny's tough. I saw Bronny play a couple times. He's tough.
Oh no, yeah, Bronny's extreme. Like he already was like the first shot of the game that I seen. Like he already.
Run back, KC. Hold on, KC. D Hill's in the building, man. He been MIA for like a week. Where you know what I'm saying? But welcome,
I
D Hill.
appreciate it, man. Just taking care of some family.
That's Dougie Doug. What's good, Doug?
What's good,
Doug,
Casey?
Yo, I'm really familiar. Doug already knows us family right there.
Hey, we know that. What's good, fellas?
What's up, man?
Coach Roberts, I haven't met you yet. Doug Hill from Worcester. He's a local guy just trying to do something different in the community. Me and Jay have been working on a couple of things in the city. Me and AP, KC, we have a long relationship. Yeah, man, I'm hearing what you guys are saying. I'm agreeing with a lot of things you guys are saying. I'm just liking the conversation more than anything.
Yeah, well, I'm Cedric Robinson from Fitchburg, Mass. You know what I mean? I coach here currently. So I'm at Fitchburg High currently. I don't know. Got some workout in with the guys, and you know what I mean?
I see you.
Trying to get up out of that 500, man.
Yes, sir.
Wait, who y'all got next, Fitchburg?
We play North Middlesex at home.
You guys played Doherty really well. And at the end, it got a little bit down to just, I feel like, obviously just some poor choices by the kids, but it's a tough arena to play in. The game was intense the whole way through, with those kids worked their butts off, boy.
I think that is the worst gym to play in.
Yeah.
No, listen, I played indoor. Listen, I had one good game in my whole 4 years playing at Doherty. One. And that was my junior year.
Bro,
Senior year, we lost by 35. We went in there talking about some funeral service. We're all black tux. We lost by 35.
That's good.
True story. I was there this morning, actually. I dropped off some kids over there, and we ended up playing against them, playing some pickup this morning. Just literally like a 12 today.
So from Fitchburg guy, you know what I mean? That gym is so, again, I'm not disrespecting nobody, but we had people's mom.
With you.
We had mamas in the huddle with us, just sitting. I'm like, yo, back up out. You know what I mean? Like out here cheering. It's all part of the game, but which made it fun. But I don't put anything on the kids. I think us as a coaching staff, especially in that last couple of seconds, we should have went man. You know what I mean? So like I'll put that loss on us because there's no way.
And you guys had your best player follow as well, so you know
that too. But
that comes with the game. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So I'll put that on us. Like we should have adjusted. But that environment, you know what I mean, makes or breaks you, and it broke us in that game.
So as you coaching, who do you think was the toughest player on Doherty? You would say, like,
I'm trying to think back because we had a bunch of just practices. Like I said,
you got the young boy JoJo, and you got the lefty Melly, and then you got Zaire as well, the big kid.
The big kid was a lot better than I seen on film. I was like, if we kept the body on him, we'll be fine. He knocked down a couple threes, which his form a little ugly, but I was like, if it go in, it go in.
He's having a breakout year though.
Yeah, he surprised me a lot because I thought he would have, especially with the tempo that we play, I thought he would have been gassed out, but he was in the fight the whole time. I liked him.
He's actually in pretty good shape from what I've heard. He's in pretty good shape for being that size.
He plays football too.
See, I like that we're talking about this right now. Is Fitchburg is so guard heavy. We're so guard heavy, so that's why we like to push the tempo because a lot of teams are bigger than us. Like they weren't feeding. What's his name again? I don't want to mess up his name. The big kid. Isaiah, right? So
Azir. Yep.
So Azir, I thought we could have just ran him down. You know what I mean? But again, I don't know the shape he was in because when we do play height teams, we'll sit there and run, and their bigs are out of the game by third quarter. So it's like it works to our advantage. But he held his own, which I was surprised. And the young kid, I think he played all right. Until that shot came up, it takes a I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but like big balls to take that shot in the last second shot of the game, and it hit it too.
Yeah, that's how they won with the JoJo corner.
Buzzer beater. Yeah.
Oh
so
yeah.
I give him props.
That came down to the last shot for real. I forgot.
Yeah. So I give him
that whole game.
Big props to him because he was missing. You know what I mean? He looked frustrated throughout the game. But in that time and moment where the team needed him, obviously, because we're up where it's a tied game, and he knocked it down with no hesitation. So I was like,
hey, Cedric.
I give him big props.
I asked him after that game, I said, how'd you feel when it left your hand? He said, I knew I was going to make it.
Yeah, JoJo's a confident player.
He said, I knew I was going to make it.
I'm not going to knock him for it. Good. That's great confidence.
He's another kid I had when he was in fifth grade as well, dominating that camp.
He's a different type of player. He's like a different
I see a comment down there talking about JJ Dada from Leominster. He's a stud.
Can I touch on that comment? Who's that, Tony?
State.
Go ahead.
I think he's bigger than Worcester State.
Really?
Me too.
Yeah, JJ.
I think he's bigger than Worcester State, in my opinion.
Listen,
I'm gonna tell you right
I
now.
think he committed way too early.
Yeah,
I love JJ. I love JJ to death.
He's another kid from camp where he went to camp with all the North kids, all the Doherty kids, and he won an MVP 3 times in a row. Doug, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
CMBA.
That's my
3
guy.
times in a row. He won an MVP of the camp. With
Ta-
all of these kids there.
I'm gonna touch
So, you
one
know
more
what I'm
thing
saying? He's legit for sure.
on JJ. He rocks that L on his chest, but he was hooping with Fitchburg. You know what I mean? He was a Fitchburg kid growing up, so he got that grit and grind to him. So he knows what it feels like to be fouled or have that constant pressure on him of physical, quick players. You know what I mean? So I think he could
Even
go.
his little brother, I want to give a shout out to. I know he's not as talented, but he works so hard.
His little brother.
He's getting better. He's getting better too.
Jack,
Oh,
hold
yeah,
up,
Jack,
hold
brother,
up,
I love
hold
him.
the stream, pause the stream, time out. Blow the whistle, time out. What's good, Tishaun? Can't hear you.
That boy's in an elevator to Chick-fil-A.
Nah, he's working. Nah, he's door dashing right now. That's what he's doing. He's making that bread.
That's funny.
He door dashing.
Tishaun, can you hear us?
Nah, he can't.
Okay, maybe you can't hear us. Oh, okay. All right, go ahead, guys.
Yeah, and there's another comment that says nah over Dada. I'm not gonna compare players. I think it's because I don't think it's fair to some players. You know what I mean?
Who was it that they wanted to compare?
It says
Kayvon.
nah.
We
Kayvon.
say not Kayvon over JJ Dada. I mean, we can't compare. That's unusual.
Listen, I
might be a
want to kind of
troll.
touch on. I want to touch on.
That's a troll.
On the troll thing, because I think that this. I think when you compare Kayvon to some of these other kids, I don't think it's.
Fair.
It's fair. I mean, I get it. Like they all were given the same opportunities. We all know that, but Kayvon is like 6'4". Like Kayvon is a very talented, tall guard. Whereas we have, guys like JJ who are maybe 6'1", max.
I think he's 6'2", probably like one.
Probably more 6'1". Yeah, 6'1", 6'2".
And I don't know if you call him a guard completely.
Yeah, he's a wing. Doesn't shoot the 3-ball crazy well. Whereas Kayvon played for City Rocks, right? Kayvon has had some, he's at Worcester Academy. He's getting some of the best coaching you can, and he's playing against top level talent, and he's been doing it since, like Casey said, 4th grade. Like Kayvon is just very different. So I think when we go to compare players in this area, I think we truly should try to not touch, and Jay and I have talked about this, not touch on these Worcester Academy kids as much when we try to. So like what I'm saying is that if we were to compare Talon to JJ, I feel like we could do that a little bit better.
Hold on.
Let
me ask you a question.
That's
You know
a
what I
fact.
mean?
So let me ask a question.
Another kid too, AP. I forgot to mention. We mentioned the Central Mass kids. We ain't touch on Nicky Barnes. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's just in a tough situation right now, but he is extremely tough as well from St. John's.
No, for sure.
That kid's good. Yeah, that kid's good.
Nah,
I like him.
I was gonna ask a question
Talon,
real quick.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Don't beat me up for asking, but can we compare the very best public school kid to a prep school kid? Like,
all right, so let's first we gotta go
on who
to
you're
the
talking about.
We gotta start with
who
who is the best public school kid. Yeah, I think it is right now.
Right now.
Everyone know who I
Who my
think
pick
it is.
is? Y'all know
My
who
pick
my
is-
the city. It's Talon Petway.
That's Tishaun Steele.
Okay, I like that. I like that. That's a hot take. I like that right there.
I'm on that one too.
I'm gonna give this to you guys, right? I don't know a bunch of the Worcester kids yet. You know what I mean? I just hopped back into AAU after taking 6 years off, so I'm getting Petaways and Ty's from Fitchburg. So obviously we know. You know what I mean? I know Ty, but again, hope he gets recovers. You know what I mean, safely. You know what I mean, and comes back in due time. But I don't know much of the Worcester kids. So like when we mention Worcester kids, yeah, I mean, can we like say teams and stuff like that? So I just know who we're talking about. Yeah.
So Talon and Tishaun
I know
are
Talon.
both from North. Yeah, Tishaun Steele's from North too.
I mean, to
what-
be fair though, to be fair, North probably got 4 or 5 of the best players in Central Mass.
Yes, let's be fair about that.
So
one.
I want to
Okay,
say
And
this.
to be fair
Coach-
too, we gotta mention we like I know I'm a South guy, but we gotta mention the leading scorer. He's 25 every time he comes on the court. Alex Johnson. I know he's a little crazy,
Correct.
but he's 25 every time he comes on the court.
Coach
That guy
Robinson
can do
wants
something.
Coach. Go ahead, Coach. Say it. Go ahead, say Omar.
Nah. I'm gonna keep my guys out of this. I'm gonna keep it real Worcester. I'm gonna
AP
keep
knew
it
what he was
Worcester real
gonna
quick.
say.
But what I want to say is, Coach Petaway, my man got the Thanos glove on right now. He got that Thanos glove on. They look real good right now. Their top 5-6 players look real like they could go be stars everywhere else. You know what I mean?
Literally, bro.
They could all
Yeah.
And they
be
got
stars
guys on the
everywhere.
bench.
Okay, but
They got guys
my
on the
thing is
bench
why
that will
why
start.
they all team up then? Why'd they all team up to win one time? That's my thing. They couldn't all win on. And then me and Jay talk about this weekly.
Bruce, they really did it though. Hold up.
I'm just here though.
Bruce, hold up, Bruce. But to be fair, a lot of them live in that North District. They
Literally.
all like a mayor.
No, you're not
No.
wrong. You're not wrong.
Even before that, let's talk about 06. When I was growing up, North has always had the best talent in the city. That side just breeds the talent. It is what it is. That's the truth about it.
You know why? It's that funny house. They all live around funny house.
They cheated
Literally.
in 2010 though. They cheated in 2010. In 2010, North cheated.
That's 10. I'm talking about 06.
No, I'm just saying though. They took them boys from the valley.
Oh, the berries.
Yeah, now that was.
But what I'm saying though, right? I get they all live around that area. Like I'm not saying that's a thing, but like we know that a lot of them were at different schools and then decided, okay, I live in North. I'm still gonna go play with all my friends. So like I get they're all playing with their friends, but like if they're good enough to carry a team by themselves, like we all know what Talon did last year at Burncoat, getting triple teamed. Like we all know what he did. Like he was triple teamed every night and still dropped like 28 to 30 a night.
Not yet.
All I'm saying is if I can sit here all night and dissect North because me and Jay do it probably once a week to each other, just because obviously I coach AAU in Boston. I'm in Boston all the time, right? And then like obviously like coach college, whatever. So I like to dissect things like this. I think North is extremely talented. I think what they did to Lawrence is extremely impressive. However, I do think the reason why they're not ranked where people think they should be is for the sole reason they beat North. I'm sorry. They beat Newton North, obviously, on their home court, which was really great win. They beat Lawrence, not in Lawrence. Winning in Lawrence, Massachusetts at Lawrence High School is extremely tough to do. The one thing
but
that I have to say
they didn't play in North. They didn't play. They played closer to Lawrence than they did to Worcester.
It was neutral ground.
No. I'm not saying they didn't. I never said that. What I'm saying is like my whole thing is I think they're very good. I think they can make a very deep run, but I want to see them go into hostile territory and win in a hostile environment.
That's a great critique.
I like that.
To win.
Yo, but Bruce,
that's really what I want to see.
But Bruce, they're winning these games without Ty, and I think Ty.
Okay, hold on. I want to talk about that.
And one more thing we didn't mention too, because I know talent. Amir is right there with talent.
Absolutely.
So hold on, guys, real quick. Now I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it just to put it out there. It's not to be offensive, but it's a real basketball question. When I watched North play at Wachusett, I felt like the 3-guard set was hurting them. I felt like Kari being in the lineup. Hold on. I felt like Kari being in the lineup was more of a balanced lineup for them than having so many guards at one time. They looked a little bit disoriented. So I would ask the question, is it a better lineup with Kari in than it is with Ty?
I think the biggest.
It's all about the play calling to me. Like, I love Al. Sometimes they're too bunched up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Tishaun and Joe at the free throw line, and then you got the guards playing free throw extended, and then you got one in the middle. I think that play set they should have to start like that, to me.
They also need to not do as much one-on-one. I think that hurts them.
I think the biggest thing, especially having those three guards, like again, each of those 3 guards can go get their own team and go crazy. It's about adjusting to having all three guards. Like no other high school has a set like that. No other high school has a set like that. You know what I mean? Which is ridiculous. That it's not ridiculous that North has them because those are their guys, but the fact that trying to accommodate one, their egos, two, making sure that they're doing the right job for each other, which I think they're all bought in to each other anyways. But again, egos is what I think stops a lot of us, just men in general. You know what I'm saying?
It's Pittsburgh Division 1, right? Or 2?
We're D2, school size.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that could be.
I know it probably wouldn't be. I honestly, I would love to play North. I would love to play North, just as a competitor that I am. I would love to watch.
You guys match up kind of decently with them. I'm gonna be honest.
We're a big senior class right now, and that's our biggest and weakest strength right now is the fact that we have so many seniors on the roster. But all of our guys, I think, are just as bought in as everyone else because they know this is their last go round. You feel what I'm saying? Elijah Jeffries, a dog. Zion Ayala, he's a beast. Like y'all said, Victor, our point guard.
I don't know if it was just that game against Doherty, but AP, I was telling you, I'm like, I like this kid. He's real you know what I mean? Like he's real like
Who won that game? Who won that game?
Doherty did.
I thought he was trying to throw shade, but all right. Yeah, we lost by a buzzer beater. It was again. I'm gonna go back and say it was a great shot, but I think we do have the pieces to compete with a team like North. You know what I mean? Do we win? I'm not sure, but I would love to coach against it. You know what I mean? I don't want to sit there and play like teams like. Oh, no offense to the teams, but like Narragansett, not Narragansett. Narragansett,
Middlesex,
Murdoch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those. Like
you
those
guys
schools,
can use a better bench. If you guys had a couple more guys off the bench, I think the record is probably 62-7-1.
So our bench players, we're in this weird spot where we're instilling confidence in them now. We're trying to reach out to them more to get them more involved because we know that like the top teams that like we lost to Norwood by 25 in the playoff game last year. We know the top teams, what they bring. You know what I mean? So we're trying to get everyone caught up to speed. So when we get there, you know what I mean, we're not missing
One
a beat.
more question too for you guys played the team that won it all last year yet?
Malden Catholic?
Yeah.
Nah, we didn't play them. I watched those boys play over the summer though. They're good, man.
Yo, I watched that game against South. I'm like, hold on.
They brought in like 3 or 4 new guys.
Hold on.
That's a good team. What's that? Not St. Peter Marians. What's that other school? They're like 10-0. They just beat Wachusett.
St. Paul.
Not St.
Shepherd Hill, right?
Same.
Yeah, they just lost though to Neshoba.
Shepherd Hill. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
Shepherd Hill
crazy.
lost to Neshoba.
They look really good. They're big.
Neshoba has a big man who stopped them.
Yeah, I haven't got out to none of those games yet. I gotta watch the show, but I gotta watch Oakmont. Yo, we haven't talked about the Halecki brothers. I am not in tune to them. Can we talk? Like, dude, are you guys in tune to them?
They're
those
legit.
are my guys.
They're legit.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Coach Rob, Cedric, I want
and
Cedric to talk about because Cedric plays against them.
I don't want, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be biased or nothing like that, but
they can hoop in the city.
They can.
Like,
They could, especially Brandon.
They can hoop in. But
is Brandon the taller one or the shorter one?
Brandon is the short one, and
one.
Ryan's the blonde-headed one. They're twins, right? So they play so different, but they're so in tune with each other, which makes them, I think, the best 1-2 punch. Like for some reason, I get knocking on wood. Every time we play Brandon, he ends up tweaking his ankle or something ends up happening to him, but his brother ends up stepping up big. Yeah, so like
that's what happens. They like, y'all played them, right? This is coming up at Fitchburg.
Yeah, we play them in I think 2 weeks or a week.
I need that. I need to follow you because I need to make sure. You need to tell me before. I'm going to that game.
Yeah, it's home. It's home. It's home. Last
Or you
year
can
we
watch
split
the live
games.
stream.
Yeah, look, we stream all her games.
Oh, okay. All
yeah,
that.
on YouTube, too. So
Let's go to that game, Casey. Though.
No. We going to it. Let's go, AP, for sure. I'm with that guy. I haven't seen him play yet, and I've been seeing. I need to. I need to see those boys.
Those boys are different.
I gotta give them respect because I've been hearing about them. I'm like, I've been kind of,
Yeah,
I gotta see him.
Brandon.
I'm trying to get one of them to wear AP's old jersey.
Compare them to North. Who wins that game?
No, come on.
No, that's a bad comparison.
So
Why?
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say North wins the game, and this is why North wins the game. North is D1,
not even close.
and Oakmont is D3. You know what I mean? They don't have the same pool of kids.
Hold on, I think if Oakmont has two bigs, I think Oakmont wins.
Okay, that's different. But
my thing is this: I don't think that Halecki, the Brendan, I don't think he gets off on North.
You're bugging.
People are underestimating North's defense.
Can I say something about
real defense?
I want to chime
you're
into that right there.
underestimating Brandon.
So a lot of fast
exactly.
players, right? One thing people say, one thing about fast players, he has a really quick first step. Brandon has a very quick 1, 2, 3 steps. His first 3 steps is so deadly. So deadly.
This kid's legit, man.
And his mid-range game is crazy.
Yep.
He's a senior?
Senior.
Yeah,
he's a senior.
Who's recruiting
I'm
him?
trying to get him. Me. I gotta get me. You gotta come to me.
So where's me? Where's that? What school is that?
Your old stopping grounds, Quincy.
Okay.
Yeah, but Brandon has a few other schools though. According
like
to
what,
his dad,
though?
he has
Do
a
you
few
know?
other schools.
He's got
What
Pittsburgh
schools?
State,
Do we know?
Pittsburgh State, New England College. Those are like the two big ones. Them and he likes they're on him really heavy, and then we're on him pretty heavy. So it's pretty much like those 3 right now that he told me about. Anyways, it's us and them. So
yeah, I don't know.
I just want to see it. Cause I'm like,
hold on, Casey. Hold on, Casey. Listen, Doug, that game wouldn't be close, to be real, because Oakmont has 2 very talented players, but they don't have a talented team like North has a talented team. You know what I mean? So that game would probably be a blowout. But as far as the talent, Brandon is still very talented. Ryan's very talented. Like Coach Cedric is saying, when one's not going, the other one is surging, bro. Like, don't think it's ever going to be quiet. When one's not going, the other one is surging. So they play off of each other like they're twins, bro. You know what I mean? Literally, they're twins. Yeah. So they get it rocking 1-2.
They can hoop.
They go hoop.
Yeah.
I've seen them.
But we doing a lot of my problem with all of this is, that's why I'm asking these questions, like who's recruiting them? Like, so are we saying that our kids are under recruited because of the area they're living in, or are they being recruited at the level that they can play basketball?
So I think that's a great question, because I think it comes down to area, because Oakmont is a little regional school. It's a small regional school, and not many people make it out that way. The fact that they got the Hulecki brothers there, they had the Kirkland kid from last year there making some noise.
Hold up. So when we say that, right, people are making it there. Are we saying that they're? No, that's not answering the question, fellas. That's not answering the question. What I'm saying is, our kids not being offered scholarships, are not being recruited beyond Division III basketball because of the area and type of basketball that they're playing, or is it because they don't have the skill to play above Division III basketball?
I think it's both. I think
2 things can be true.
I think it's both.
So what you're saying is, with Assumption, Merrimack up the block, Bryant within 45 minutes, right? We have Bentley is only a 45-minute ride from Central Massachusetts.
Stonehill's D1.
Huh?
Stonehill's D1 now
too. I didn't list Stonehill, but I'm saying Bentley,
add them too.
Merrimack. No, but these are Division II programs that went up to Division I. So they played against each other. Stonehill played Bentley. They went up to Division I. So what I'm asking here is, okay, are we not judging the quality of these basketball players based on the recruitment that they're getting? Are we saying that is not, are we saying that basketball is failing the kid, or that the Central Massachusetts is not providing a competitive ground to make the kids good enough so that they can be more skilled and be better basketball players so that they can get recruited at a higher level?
Personally, I think it's also college coaches focusing more on the transfer portal and focusing.
That's right now.
I'm a Worcester kid. What I'm saying,
That's
I know
right now.
I'm from Central Mass. I've been here my whole life. What I'm saying is these coaches also as well, they have such an open mind of all these different states that they can go to because they have scholarship offers. And a lot of these kids that we're talking about are not 6'2", and they're not 6'3", and they're not 6'4", and they're not 6'5", and they're not 6'6". Like Brandon Halecki is 5'9", and that's probably pushing it. And like I'm going to say this right now, Tony from Wachusett is 6'3" and a really good player, but doesn't have a great jump shot. The thing is like that is
John Kennedy invited him up to Assumption for a visit. So
I'm friends with the head coach.
Right.
He
so
likes
it's
Tony
like
a lot.
Tony, right? They like Tony. So is it because of his size? I think it's because he's a skilled guy who can dribble the ball.
Tony, the CMBA kid, and we know what comes with him.
So I think that at the end of
I think Tony's height helps him a lot, and he's also skilled. So I think it's both. I think what we have in Central Mass right now is we don't have a lot of tall kids that are really, really talented. I think that we have the Joe Oklas, the Tishauns, the kid from the Shoba. I'm sorry, I don't really know his name, but I don't think we have a crazy amount of talented kids that stay here in our area. I think a lot of them go prep. A lot of them try to get out and prep out because right now prep schools love these big kids and they're grabbing them because we're going to make them better. We're going to make you from a D3 to a D2 to a D1 player because we get all these D1 coaches coming into our gym every other week to check you out.
I'm going to say this real quick.
Well, hold on. But nobody's going to give no prep school is just coming to give a kid a chance. Every prep school that's recruiting a kid to go to the school is looking for them to assist them help in winning. We're not like, hey, let's help this kid go get a scholarship. The school's the St. George's school. Every kid at North High right now is filling out a prep school application. So their top 6 guys, Tishaun, Amir, Talon, Joe Okla, even Kari now at this point, they're all looking at prep school as an option to get in an environment that is going to challenge them beyond what they're being challenged right now.
So that's them. But you also have schools that'll pick up a 6'5" freshman who's not crazy good, and they will help him get better because he's 6'5", he has all this talent, all this potential. We're going to help you get a scholarship to college. A lot of these kids that, let's say a Joe Okla decides, I want to stay at North my senior year. Okay, is Joe Okla going to get a Division I scholarship out of North if all these other kids leave and it's just him and he gets all these different things? No, but if all these prep schools are like, hey, Joe, we know you're a senior. We know you're not getting great looks. We can help you get a scholarship. Why don't you come play here? We'll give you some money. We know these college coaches. We've sent these 5 kids Division I this year. We want to help you go Division I too. That's the problem why Central Mass doesn't have all these big kids anymore, because these schools are saying, hey, I want your size. You might not play for 2 years, but I'm going to help you get better. And I'm going to bring you over here. You can sit at my school and you can sit here and learn how to play the game for 2 years and then play, which is exactly what happens when all these kids go Division III and they don't play for 2 years. And then they're like, shit, why did I not go junior college? Why did I not go prep? Why did I not try to do this? I'm still sitting for 2.5 years and wasting 2.5 years of my career, and I'm pissed off about it. So to answer the question,
realistically, what you're saying is, you're saying that basketball is not revolving around winning basketball games. Those kids that are coming out and as freshmen and sophomores and not playing is because they are not good enough to play. Right now in Central Massachusetts, the kids are going away to college, and because the environment in basketball that they're playing here is not top-notch basketball. That's hurting us. The city is hurting the kids. The environment is hurting the kids.
Okay, real quick. Hold on, guys.
The coaches are.
It's not a fault. It's not a fault. We're not placing blame. We're just gonna say, if we recognize the problem, we don't got to place the blame. We just got to start working on solutions. We don't got to go and see who's the guy pulling the trigger on this problem.
Let me challenge you on
solution based.
Let me challenge you on that. Hold on, guys. So is the solution for all the kids to run out the back door, or do you start building a culture where you're homegrown and you start cultivating the talent and all the resources and everything to make Worcester or Central Mass a hub where kids can hold on?
No, I'm gonna go in here because right there, what you're doing is you're saying going out the back door and all this other. Like what you're doing is first off, you're trying to make it negative for anyone in life, anybody, to make a decision for their basketball journey that is theirs. So at the end of the day, what you're telling, what you're asking, but how you're placing it is like going out the back door. So if you just said,
you gotta let me finish.
Okay.
You gotta let me finish.
Okay.
Because it's not fair if you cut me in the middle.
Okay, go ahead.
Because then I can't.
Well, I mean, I want you to change your verbiage a little bit. So going out the back door, it makes it seem like what is the reason that we're making them seem like they're going out the back door?
So everyone listen. I'm not going to be dictated to how I communicate certain things. It's not going to happen.
Right.
I let everyone speak freely. I don't tell anyone to change how they
It's
say
not about dictatorship, sir. It's how you're trying to spin the propaganda.
I mean, you're trying to make him change the way he speaks. That's what he's trying to say. You're trying to make the way he's explaining something, and that's what he's trying to say.
That's not true what I'm trying to do right there. I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to get clarity
about it. Is what he's saying.
Yeah, I want clarity.
Yo, can I get your name so I don't say like you,
Coach Jenkins, Tishaun
Jenkins. So
yes, Jenkins.
I get what he said. Like what Coach Jenkins is saying. It's like he wants to make it like we're not gonna sit there and say like they're getting backdoored. I get what he's saying. He's not. It's coming off harsh. Like.
You feel what I'm talking about? Thank you, sir.
I get what he's saying, but I also get what you're saying as well. Like,
right, I do too. That's the only thing I'm trying to get out of the table is the backdoor talk. I want the backdoor talk and say every kid in basketball has to, and everybody in life should make a decision that is theirs. Like
they're doing us dirty, but in reality, they do have the right to dictate their own basketball journey.
The reason why we have to be careful with the questioning as well is because we also have to remember that we're creating a form of leadership here, and if kids are watching and tuning into what we're saying, it's going to make it look like we're pinning ourselves against them when we're trying to work together in unity.
Good job.
Okay.
Oh, this is a round table.
So,
yeah, absolutely.
So hold on though, like, because I don't want this to be a thing where we're trying to score points, right? This is
a good debate here.
We're having a discussion, right? It's not about someone being right. It's people sharing their perspective. So in a forum like this, we have to allow people to communicate freely without trying to dictate to them how to deliver a message. I'm not going to dictate to any of you guys how to dictate your message. All I will say is keep it clean and have decorum, because we have kids who watch, right? We have youth who are watching. So if we're on here with, trying to tell people what to do, like, you know what I mean? Like, we all our own person. So we got to allow the space and the energy to flow freely. You know what I mean? Like the other stuff, not here. You know what I mean? But like I was saying, if we're thinking about solutions, if the problem, right? Let's start with the problem. The problem is, I'm paraphrasing, that Central Mass Hoops is not giving the kids the platform for them to springboard to better opportunities. I'm paraphrasing. Like, it's not cultivating the environment for that. So my question when I brought the running out the back door is, how are we going to solve that issue if the main thing to do, or the first idea, is to send them off to a prep school? Is there a way to cultivate basketball within a public school system so that kids don't have to do that? That's all I was asking.
I'm gonna be honest right here. I don't think there's a way for Central Mass, honestly, because I just think we get looked down upon. Like, look at North High, they just beat Lawrence and Newark North, bro. They still rank 6. To me, and it's saying because of scheduling, because of strength of schedule. How? You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion on it.
The how, Casey, is because they're saying that Central Massachusetts basketball is not powerful.
Right.
No, it's not terrible. It's just not powerful.
Jay, in the interview, I touched upon real quick. Jay, in the interview, I talked about this. I don't think that in order to change a culture, it takes a creative mind. And when we have the conversation, and one of the things I told you about was that I want to start a league, and I'm in conversations with guys in Rhode Island and Connecticut. We have to stop thinking that basketball starts and ends with the season. That's not it. It starts before the season, and it's a year round. If you're not doing your job every single day, before practice, after practice, I'm biased because Tishaun was my coach, and he was the person who created this monster that I am today. So I love basketball because someone who loves basketball more than anybody ever met told me how to love basketball. So what I'm saying is, I try to create something like where I'm going to say, I'm creating a space in a league where we're having guys from Connecticut, Rhode Island, and other states come to a centralized place where we play a game in Massachusetts, we play a game in Connecticut, we play a game in Rhode Island, and we make sure that kids are elite, so that and it's cost efficient, because again, not everybody has AAU money. That's the reality. Let's make a situation in an event in a safe place where they can still play difficult basketball and play other styles of basketball against kids that they've never met. When you're playing against kids that you see every single time, you're not going to be able to be the best version of yourself because you have to read somebody. Put them in
It's a lack of
uncomfortable situations.
resources too, though. It's a lack of resources. Like, for example, like the coach at Lawrence, he has access to a gym 24/7. You know, and
There's too many schools in Worcester to me.
Yeah, but there's a lot of resources that Eastern Mass schools have that Central Mass doesn't have. There's rules that the ADs have to change and stuff
Where
like that.
resources?
Right.
But
Where?
I'm the coach, though. I'm talking about the coaches that coach them in the high
No,
school.
but the culture stops with it. That's what I'm saying. The culture has to. Those coaches have been there since I played high school. Since Tishaun was in high school.
Yeah,
Where
but
is the culture?
no, I agree. I said that the coaching culture needs a whole new shift. But I'm saying though, in a sense of changing that is the resource too. Like the coach at Tech can't just use his gym on a Saturday, Sunday. You know what I'm saying? He can't. But a coach in Lawrence at BC High can.
AP, you changed the culture with your Summer Jam Classic.
Yeah, but that's but that's
The
only
part
one
of it.
a year. You know what I'm saying? It's 2 times a year. So the AD, a lot of these guys have to go back to the round table and give us more access to these gyms 24/7. The coaches that are actually the high school coaches.
There's a lot of gyms in our school, in our district, AP, that are not high school gyms that you have to reach out and try to find the resource. So like Friendly House is nothing going on in Friendly House. Pretty much 12 hours Saturday to Sunday. I use the gym all morning long. You know,
No, you're right.
No, I'm just talking about. And then Doug, you also stated that we bring in basketball players from other areas into Central Mass, and it's like so that kids get a different variety of hoops, right?
Yeah.
And it's like that still is utilizing things outside of our community, right? And it's like, but what are we doing here when it's just us, right? Like, so, I mean, come on, fellas. Like, we all know, like, you get a Worcester kid, even sometimes you get a Boston team. The culture of a Washington, D.C. team versus the culture of a Virginia team versus the culture of a Chicago team versus the culture of... There are other places who are putting more of a level of importance on basketball, right? I mean, it's more serious in 5th and 6th grade, 7th and 8th grade, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade. We're having this conversation and we're only talking about high school hoops. And it's like, all right, well, by the time a kid is 14, 15 years old, it's really hard to change bad habits to get them, you know what I mean? So it's like to change the culture of basketball in Worcester would be like saying when you run a Friendly House league where they're coming in the 2nd grade, there is a pattern of excellence that comes from challenging the kids, making them work on some of the skills that maybe they're not going to get until much later. So you're really just trying to get them going at a much earlier age, playing basketball the right way, right? So you get an AAU team from like the Washington Warriors. I watched them come in. My son's playing T&E Boston, which is a good team. They just linked up with BABC. BABC's been around 40 years. They're not doing any warm-ups. The kids are dribbling around. The team from DC, everybody's busting out a jump rope. Everybody's busting out bands to do their band stretching. Everybody's stretching together. Even if I don't even care if they're using a corner, they're using hallways, but they're making sure that mentally they're preparing for the basketball game before the basketball game starts. So once again, we don't need to reach out. We need to take a look at how we are teaching our kids to play and get them to be more serious about the game at an earlier time.
Can I ask you a question about that, what you just said?
Yeah.
So, again, it's different. Like, we're all Central Mass, but Fitchburg is 35 minutes away. You know what I mean?
Right.
How is, like, the culture, meaning, like, rap music, sneaker culture, and all that stuff affecting your youth?
Negatively, like the rest of the world, right?
So, like, especially in my area, right? Like, Fitchburg, we about, like, I want to say anywhere between 60,000 people to 75,000 people in here. In that group, a bunch of the kids come from the same type of household. One parent, I'm sure it's the same thing in Worcester. One parent, working 2 jobs, kids are doing whatever they please. So how do we show them, you know what I mean? Again, I know how I do it to these kids out here, but just like for the kids watching, how do we show them like falling into that trap? Because I know Worcester, you know what I mean, South can't mix with North at times, and North can't mess with East, and You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure the culture
That's
out there
because
is a lot different.
You know, Coach, you honestly, once again, you could nip that in the bud if you introduce two kids together in third grade. Then by the time they get to South High and North High, where they're now living on different sides of the city, there's a mutual respect for one another because they came up together. These kids are like Worcester's so
That's how it
divided
is
that
now, though. You see all the kids. You see all the kids sharing each other's Instagram posts. Every time they post a highlight, they're all sharing. You got to watch two kids sharing.
KC, 100% KK. Why do you think that is,
kids
K?
sharing kids from Oakmont. You got. I'm
Why do you think that is, K?
You know where
Why do you think that is?
You know where that's from? Camp.
Will beats kill.
Right.
I had them when they were in 5th grade together. When I see it, I'm like, yo, I forgot these dudes. I had them literally in 5th grade together.
We got to create more programs that cross the lines. That's it. It's just simple. It's just when they're younger, they got to cross the lines. That's it. Well, Boys and Girls Club used to be only South High kids.
Sharing that's
Kari
Collins holla. I'm like, damn, like, okay,
So I'm from the outside.
I like it. JoJo
I used to work for DCF. You know what I mean? So I've had kids where I had to transport in Worcester, afraid to get out the car. You know what I mean? So I like seeing and hearing what y'all saying right now, because when I used to do the DCF work, I had kids frightened, like, yo, I can't get out here. I'm like, man, it's just CVS, and they're like, nah, like I'm afraid to get out in these parts. And that was probably about like 5-7 years ago. You know what I mean?
Coach Robinson, can I touch on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm a perfect example of what Tishaun's talking about. Coach Jenkins, Casey and AP both played for me at the Boys and Girls Club. So I'm 34 years old. They both can tell you I'm a Boys and Girls Club staff for them, and now we're having this conversation together. I think it's more guys like myself that were coming up that had relationships with guys like this that were in this community. Everybody knew that were great basketball players. That we got to step up, because I can go anywhere in the city and I can feel comfortable because I show everybody love. It don't matter.
Love.
So more guys like me had to step up, walk in the city, and have the conversations with the kids and do something. So when me and Coach Jenkins were in the morning, waking up at Compton Park and getting kids to the gym at the park at 8 in the morning to 10, all age groups, that's how it starts.
Okay.
More guys.
That was 6, Doug. Doug, that was 6. I wish it was 8.
6 in the morning, sorry.
AP was in there.
5 in the morning. I started at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, that was 5:30. It was 5:30. AP was in there. AP used to go Will. KC came from Wills. And like I said, I feel like not every city is the same, and not every like when I had the issue with the Worcester Academy, I seen that come across the board, right? When I had an issue with that was because for the first time in a long time, Worcester was dominant. It wasn't like, oh, Worcester Academy is dominant, Worcester North. No, these places are within 8 minutes of each other. So why do we now all of a sudden we have two cultures of basketball? You got Worcester Academy kids going to North High game. You got North High kids making sure they go up, and when it's a Saturday game, they're going up there and together to go support the Worcester Academy. So for me, it was beyond the competitive need. No, it was like, no, these guys are kind of banding together for the first time in a very long time. Worcester Academy basketball is Worcester kids. So like this conversation for me could have been different 3 years ago when their starting guards are not from Worcester. Now we got TJ Powers, St. John, Shrewsbury, Worcester kid. Both of Kayvon and St. John and TJ are both Friendly House kids. You feel what I'm talking about? So for me, it's like, all right, we don't want to do that. Why? Because both of our levels, our high school level, local, and our prep school level, Worcester Academy, are both reigning supreme right now at this time. Why do we want to even put those things in a mixture together? We are now for the first time reputable.
You want to do that for the reason that you just said. Tishaun, you've been talking for a long time. We got to, So to answer your question,
does anybody else feel like I've been talking for a long?
I got to put him on mute. All right. So for the reason that I just said, why would we compare two teams? Because they're both reigning supreme. So I asked the question, is fantasy basketball offensive? Is comparing North versus WA a divisive topic for Worcester? No. Or is it just imaginative fantasy basketball? Why does it have to be so rah-rah, an offensive, hurtful thing? Like, if anything, me asking that question is kind of the reason that we all here right now.
Yeah, so you're like trying to.
So did I divide everyone, or did I bring people together by posing a question like that?
I think what you were trying to do was like that whole. Remember when Kentucky had that big team? It was like.
We can't hear you, bro.
don't know what they were.
You
Try
said the
again, bro.
Kentucky team, AP, right?
Yeah, y'all remember that Kentucky team like 8 years ago? There was like, can they beat the
With
Wizards?
Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
I remember that
like,
team. Yeah.
So they were doing that on like ESPN. Like, can the Kentucky Wildcats beat like the Wizards? Like, you remember everyone was saying that. So like that's
Right, it's hypothetical.
right. So like that. Like, I'm guessing like that's what you were trying to do, right? Bring up that type of conversation.
Okay, so yeah, let me speak on it. All I was doing, if anything, what I was doing was saying that North is so talented that to me that would actually be an entertaining game, because I'm not entertained by seeing them play Maine South. I don't want to waste my time and go see that. All right, so I want to see something that's really gonna interest me. I want to see them. I would like to see them play each other.
You talking about Worcester
ahead,
Academy, right? Worcester Academy versus North?
Was it Academy versus North?
Yeah.
It won't.
Okay.
It won't go good. It won't be good.
It would have been
it's
a manslaughter.
Like, you want me to be like
manslaughter, K?
But here's my.
Yeah, I'm not being biased, but I think North can make it a closer game than I think it's
Huh?
But here's
You got say that again, bro. We can't really hear you. AP, say that again.
I said I'm not being biased because I love my guys at North, but I think the game will be a little closer than we think.
They just almost
A little
beat
closer than we think.
Okay. They
Real
almost
quick,
beat
Doug,
Worcester,
hold
bro.
on.
I'm
I'm gonna say one last thing, and I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna say one last thing, then I'm gonna let you guys speak. I asked the same question to Petway last year, and me and Petway went to watch Worcester Academy play, and Petway's response wasn't, "That's divisive. Don't ask me that question." Petway's a competitor. I'm not even gonna tell you guys what he said, but you can guess what he said when I asked him that question. Go ahead, guys.
Divisive.
So, no, I think so first I just want to say, AP, I love you, man. You're my brother. But like the way that I'm saying this, because this is not directed towards you, because like me and you talk ball, but like there's a lot of people who are biased. Like you're saying you're not biased about North, but there's a lot of people who are. And I truly think that Jay, a lot of things that Jay does on the Hoop Central stuff is to create conversations around basketball. And this is why me and him, part of us created Hoop Central to bring out Central Mass and bring out these things. But why is it a problem for us to say, would North Academy actually compete to each other? Why is it a problem for all of us to have our different opinions and put it out there? And like people get frustrated with it. Like, do I think North could probably compete with Worcester Academy? To be honest with you, there's a part of me that does, because once you get past TJ, Trey, and Kayvon, who obviously are extremely all the way up here, we all know that, all high level Division I kids, their roster is not that deep.
Yes, they are.
We talked about it earlier.
You just don't see them, bro.
We talked about it earlier. It's not like Todd is great going to Stonehill. The Ellabrook kid's really good. The Parker kid's really good. Like they have some really good teams. But what I'm saying is like, it's a game. What I'm saying, I think it'd be fun to watch. I think North went down to Florida to compete against some really, really, really good teams and some kids going Division I. I just think it'd be cool just to see them play, just to see North compete, because I think it would get North better. I think it would get Talon better playing against 6'4", 6'5" guards. I think it would get Amir and Kari and all these guys better playing against these top-level guards. I mean, I just think it'd be cool to see them play. I mean, that's just my thing. Like, I think it would help them get better.
I think people. I know it's cool to say, but it's just like these dudes almost beat Brewster. Like,
yeah,
Brewster got 8 guys going high majors. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, right.
Like North really got 6 guys, bro. You can't play them the whole game. So what happens when the 7th guy gets in the game and you're playing against and they're playing, bro?
Then,
you know what I mean?
Then why are they only playing the 6 of them when they're up 40? Like, that's my thing. Why are they just playing the 6 of them?
You know why I love this question?
South?
Here's why I really love this question. It's because this question is the only time you will ever hear anyone in Worcester count against North. So when I posted on my story,
against a prep school, bro.
Exactly. Hold on real quick. So when I posted who you got, with North versus Maine South, we already
That
know
only
every
fit the Main
time.
South coaches,
Hold on.
bro.
Every time North plays a game, we assume North's gonna win. It's not interesting anymore. So I just wanted to post something that would be interesting. That was all. It interests me, and I wanted to share it with everyone else.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they should play. Maybe not regular season, but I think they should play. You know what I mean? Like summer
Like a scrimmage.
league or something. You know what I mean? Set it up.
No. They shouldn't play because that's gonna divide Worcester. Why would you think of something like that? That's gonna be so divisive. That's so divisive. Don't even
better.
bring that up.
You don't think that?
I mean, I don't understand why you. At the end of the day, if you feel so strongly about your opinion in writing it, then why would someone not have the same level of opposition? So if you felt so strong about writing it, then why wouldn't someone be so strong in opposition of it? If you feel like it's like saying, like, I get to you in your mind what you were doing. Like it's not. I get it. The logic is there. It's entertainment for you, right? It's entertainment for you. I totally understand that. Exactly. Yep. But I feel like for me, it's not. That's so obviously when you're looking at something from the vantage point of fun, right? And seriousness, then that is going to create opposition. You're talking in fun. I'm talking in total severity. That's going to cause problems, right? It's almost like you're making light of something that I'm very serious about. Like,
Worcester Academy's home bench would start at North, and I'm not.
Casey, you're changing the
subject.
subject.
Not even Casey. It's not that whole. It's not. That's not the truth. Here's the issue. No one at North High is being offered one scholarship. You don't have one scholarship offer at North High for the 6 guys on their team, and you have 2 kids who are going 3 kids. Okay, who are going fucking high. You're going 4 who are going high. No, 3 high majors and 1 D1. So you're telling me right now in basketball, in the realm of basketball, that when you have 4 guys going D1, 3 of them high major in the team, where kids are not even good enough at this point to get a scholarship offer, right? We got juniors over there. Talent is a junior. As good as Talent is right now, he doesn't have one Division 2 or Division 1 letter right now at all. He plays EYBL. Amir is playing his first year ever BABC EYBL. Joe Okala is playing Expressions. Ty played Mass Rivals. All of these guys have played on national forums and still never received scholarship offers. And you want to pin them up against guys who have already reached the pinnacle.
University guys, bro.
Like it just like he's going to Duke. Why? I mean, at the end of the day, you're sending the lambs to slaughter. Like we got. Of course, if I'm serious about basketball,
that's the whole thing. We gotta be realistic. Like, yeah, we could, but let's just be realistic.
I get the
How is it
part,
being realistic if we haven't seen it happen yet? You guys are making assumptions. There's no there's no realism yet until they get on the court. There's no realism yet until they get on.
That's true. That's true. But at the end of the day, that is 100%. Watch this though. You're making that statement. Hold on, let me finish this one first. Go ahead. Come on now. You're making that statement, but you have the audacity to say that Maine South doesn't have a chance versus North.
Okay, nope, that's not what I said.
It's a real basketball.
That's what I implied.
Yes, you did. You wrote.
I got you.
You implied
Hold
that.
on, bro. Hold on. I got you.
Okay.
I implied it, but it's not what I said because what I was gonna do was post a poll. So instead of me posting a poll, knowing what the result was gonna be, I said never mind. And what did I just say before? Every time I post North up, everyone thinks North's gonna win. So it's not interesting anymore. So all I did was offer a scenario where people probably wouldn't say that. So with Maine South, if I polled 1,000 people, 990 are gonna say North, and the only 10 that's gonna say Maine South are trolls.
100%. But what you just said, that is not in alignment with your last statement, though. Your alignment with your last statement was pretty much, we don't know whether North or Worcester Academy can beat Worcester Academy until it happens. It's a reality. We don't know when Maine South when Maine South plays North, we can't guarantee that North is going to beat them. It's the same ideology, my boy.
It's a little bit different because I believe that the gap between North, I believe that the gap between North and Worcester Academy is a little bit more questionable than the gap between Maine South and North. That's my
that's not true.
I think it would be a much more interesting.
I agree with you, young man. I agree that you 100% could wholeheartedly believe that, but I'm going to go back to, once again, entertainment and basketball. All of us know in here that anytime you step on the basketball court, it can go any way. Do we all agree on that? And we all
No.
as basketball guys. Are we all?
No.
Are we all as basketball
No.
guys? We're negating that. We're saying no, absolutely not guaranteed win. So look at them.
There's
That's what
no
right.
chance.
That's why I believe. That's why I believe. Okay, KC, hold up. KC,
That's
hold up.
different,
That's why I
KC.
believe that there's no chance that a group of guys who are playing on a team who don't have any scholarship offers at all, barely offer them, and then they can go beat a group of guys who are going high major. So in your reality is real, and I like that. Maine South probably can't beat North High because Maine South doesn't have the talent to be North High. And what I'm saying is 5 guys who are not being recruited to play basketball anywhere right now besides possibly going to prep school here are not going to be guys who are going to go play.
Okay, so is your metric just based off of accolades? Because my position is
that's not accolades,
some
my
of the-
man. That's not accolades, my boy.
But everything you said about it is accolades.
But everyone understands exactly what I mean. So if you have a different definition that don't fit, then whatever. But let me continue. Just because North doesn't have that right now doesn't mean that they won't, right? It's just a right now thing, right? And they're hot right now. If I ask you this question, or if I pose this question after they win the state championship, the numbers in that poll is going to change because it was like 75 to 25. So it's just a perception thing right now, just based off of these guys still coming up. And it really sounds like I have a little bit more belief in North than you do. Why is that?
No, it's not about belief. I feel like I have a little more knowledge of basketball than you have.
Okay, I really don't. Okay, maybe you do. You
come
might
on,
be
brother.
twice my age, but I don't even think that's the conversation, really. You know, it's not really a competition. Who knows more about basketball? And there's really no way to even measure that. How would you even measure that?
Measure what? Measure what?
Like no joke. You really believe? All right, so I want to ask you. So you seen North? You seen
AP don't laugh.
Right? You seen North? You seen Worcester Academy play, right?
I didn't see Worcester Academy this year.
Oh, come on. We can't talk about that thing. You didn't go with them to play yet. You go see them play. You're going to be like, oh, okay, my bad. You're going to come back on here. You're going to say, my bad. Because you got to go see them play, bro. You got to go see them play,
so
bro.
do you think, let me ask you a question. Is Worcester Academy this year better than they were last year?
Yes.
For sure.
Okay. Is North High this year better than they were last year?
Yes.
Okay, it's still interesting to me then. I'm still interested. Hey,
So,
Coach Bruce,
I
you
guess-
haven't. Oh, go ahead, Cedric. Go ahead, bro.
So it kind of brings me back, right? Again, I'm on the outside looking in, right? Worcester North, we all know that they're a great D1 team right now. Worcester Academy's going off the walls right now. Why can't they scrimmage?
Because it's gonna be World War III. It's the worst thing that's ever gonna happen to basketball environment. You know what I mean? They're gonna rip each other's heads off because it's more than a game. They're gonna pull out weapons and start getting crazy, and that's why, bro.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you this: they play at the PYT
That's entertainment.
They play, no, listen. It goes back to that same conversation, right? When you talk about why kids from different parts of the city can go and have a cool conversation, it's because this is Worcester. That really can't happen because the emotions are gonna get real. A kid like Kari, you ain't gonna say nothing to him. He gonna act. When he was playing against the PYT team, he wasn't talking. He was playing. He was like, "This is your D1 guy, Kalu," and I love Kalu. It's my guy. I train him. It's my boy. I love him.
And he competed. They competed against those dudes, bro.
No, you
didn't. No, you didn't. AP. No, you didn't. Don't do that.
Yeah, we did.
Don't start that. It rained.
Those North kids, they look like they wanted Kayvon to be on that court, and they look like they was disappointed that this dude caught a cramp. They look like they were disappointed that Kayvon caught a cramp.
They were.
They were for sure.
They wanted to play them. They
course
wanted
they
that
did.
smoke. When I posted that,
They
one of the players from North messaged and said, "Ain't nobody scared of them." A couple of them actually. So I don't think they would back down from that. I think they would want to play them.
So if we look at it, right, and you're one of the North kids right now, and you're putting on that jersey, you wouldn't want to play against Worcester Academy?
I'm gonna want that smoke. All the
How about
smoke.
you, Coach Jenkins? How about you?
My boy asked
How about me what? How about me what?
My boy asked me, do I think Worcester Academy could play with schools like Camden and Sierra Canyon in them? Hell no. You feel what I'm saying? Because they got 8 guys going high major, which Academy got 3, bro.
Yeah, but they just KK. That goes against your contradicting yourself. They just lost by 7 to 7 high majors at Brewster.
Who they lost by 7? But
I don't know. Whatever the point was, you told me 7-9, whatever it was. It was a good game, right? Good game.
They were up.
It was a good game. It was a good game. But Worcester Academy got good high major. Got at least.
Of course,
they got enough to hang
of
with
course.
Brewster.
They got 3. They got 3 to 7, and then at the end of the day, you got comparable. So at the end of the day, their bench doesn't have 7. So think about what you're saying. Like, why can't they overcome? We have power in the numbers.
Listen, though, it's always gonna be. It was 4-4. Like Brewster couldn't have all 7 on the court. You see what I'm trying to say?
So, Coach Jenkins. So, my question to you was, if you were Ty, if you were Petaway, you wouldn't want to put on that jersey to play against Worcester Academy?
That's not. Yes, anybody who wants to play I want to play basketball versus anyone. That's not what we were talking about. I made a point that it was divisive because it was pinning guys against each other. Right? Isn't that what they got to do? They got to play.
Hold on. Every time you step on the court, every time anyone steps on the court, you're pinned against someone else. What are you talking about, bro?
So, like,
every time you put on a jersey and you play against the next school or the next town, you're pinned against somebody else.
Well.
It's competition.
You're not going to understand this as well because
competition.
Let me tell you the differences. You're not from Worcester. So, like, at the end of the day, we gotta.
Okay, so you see how this is what we do, right?
Doesn't mean he doesn't understand basketball.
No,
right, we get ridiculous. So I'm gonna put everyone on mute because I'm gonna set this straight. Yeah, I'm gonna set this straight, right? Because I've been out here since high school. Hold on, I got it, bro. Yeah, I mean, because I'm the young one, but I'm the one with the maturity and the one with decorum who don't need to take shots, but I will fight back, right? So me not being from Worcester, there are guys here in Worcester who are making an impact who are not from Worcester. The biggest dudes in Worcester right now are not from Worcester. The biggest coach in Worcester right now is not from Worcester. What are you saying, bro?
Wait.
What are you saying, bro?
No.
Hold on. So where are the Petways from? Where are the Petways from? Because they're not from Worcester. So why does it matter?
Yeah.
Don't Euro step around it. We're not gonna Euro step around it. They're not from Worcester. So what does it even matter? What does it even matter?
I'm from Worcester.
Look. Hold on. We can put this on the screen and we gonna read it because this is someone who knows me and that I've worked with. Right? I'm not from here and I'm still giving back to Worcester. So how about that?
That's dope, but what you said wasn't true though. You're right that you're giving back, but.
No. Don't say it's not true because are the Petways from Worcester? Yes or no?
Yeah, but they're not the biggest.
Are they from Worcester? Yes or no?
Why are they the biggest though?
I don't think he's talking about them as pillars, guys. I think what he's saying is technically like coach, like AP. I think what he's saying, like the Petway. Technically, if you look at like coaches right now and like how their teams are, like we could say that technically
look at the impact.
The best city.
They ain't from Worcester. Look at the impact.
Coach,
I don't think he's a big pillar.
Yeah, but you guys are talking about. I'm hearing you guys.
Oh, and for everyone listening, I'm from Boston. Hold on, I'm from Boston. So for everyone listening, I'm from Boston, and I came to school in Worcester, and I've been out here for a few years. But
do you want a team with Rene Castro?
Hold on, real quick though.
No. I was after him.
Give me 30 seconds though, but there's
go ahead, bro.
That are the biggest pillars. Like Coach Sean Lynch is from Worcester, born and raised. He won a state championship, first ever in Worcester. Doug Worcester, Ty Worcester, me Worcester. I think the biggest people that.
Okay, so you're turning into an ego thing, bro. It's not a shot to diminish. No. So what Tishaun just did was very divisive, right? I just put something else on the screen. Coach Tim is not from Worcester, and he's trying to help kids. So we got people in Worcester who aren't from Worcester who have come to Worcester and have done for the kids of Worcester. What Tishaun just did was actually divisive because now he's trying to cancel out people who aren't from Worcester that are making an impact in Worcester and saying that they can't have a voice here, which to me, I think is a very immature jab, right? I'm from Boston. Coach Tim is from Boston, right? At the end, it's almost like the thing they try to do to like Jordan Lucas or Millie's type artists and say they're not from Boston, therefore they're irrelevant. Right? It's a really immature thing to do. But at the end of the day, if we're giving back to Worcester and we're contributing to Worcester, and we got kids who could comment on here and be like, Coach Jay is not from Worcester, but he's having an impact. What does your opinion even matter, Tishaun? You know what I mean? What you're saying is irrelevant. It's a red herring.
Wait, real quick. Let me say one thing, please, AP, real quick. I got you. When you say that we're giving back, we have to understand and define what that means. When you do something for money, that's not giving back. That's called business. Giving back is when you do things.
Okay, so when I go out and I film all these games I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you're not doing anything.
Okay,
no, but I'm just saying though, because even if Coach Tim is making money, I don't know who is directed at. He's still giving back. It's an exchange, bro. Right? We can't have people out here not being valued for what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? 100%. That's just, you know what I'm saying? Right. So if that's how we feel when we talk about service, if the only service that's worth anything is free service, then how about when you guys run your trainings, don't ask for $20? See how ridiculous that is, right? So it's not that.
Go ahead, finish it now.
What I'm saying is it is about money, because if you make it affordable for somebody, if you compare the pricing to people, because at the end of the day, the gyms aren't free. So if you're taking the $20 versus some of these other places that are charging you $67, $100, whatever, and that does make a difference.
That's a different conversation.
I'm just saying I'm not jabbing at anybody. I don't care. At the end of the day,
Coach, I know you're not like that, bro. I know you're not like that.
Basketball in the city, bro, and anyone that's doing something and give kids a platform, I'm all about that. What I'm saying is, if we're saying giving back, everyone's doing something for something, whether it's money, whether it's status, whatever.
Yep.
But you have to make sure that you're allowing people from everywhere, all parts of Worcester, and giving them an opportunity, regardless of where they stand too.
Yeah.
Or regardless if they're immigrants, like the Boston heads that are in Worcester.
Which is dope, bro. I think the thing is, I think what you're doing is dope. Like, everyone that does anything basketball, I don't care where you're from, but I just think the way that you started off, I thought you meant like the biggest pillars in Worcester basketball, not football.
Well, I was just saying people who are having a profound impact. Like the Petway brothers are not from Worcester. They're from what, Connecticut?
No, of course, yeah. But they've been here for 20 years. But I also don't think like they're not the top.
It doesn't matter. They're not from here.
Yeah, but they're not the biggest in Worcester, though. You get what I'm saying? I think
that's not the conversation about who's the biggest. There's no way to measure who's the biggest. It's an irrelevant topic of conversation.
Unmute real fast. Let me see what he got.
He can unmute himself.
No, you keep muting. You keep muting me though. I'm not gonna. If you're gonna mute me, I'm not gonna press the button. You gotta unmute me.
Well, I gotta mute people if everyone's talking or if everyone's not allowing.
No, I'm the only person that's been muted in here tonight.
Or trying to. Yeah, well, you gotta have some decorum. We're in a public
No.
He platform, man.
He muted me too.
Yeah, Coach Bruce. Coach Bruce, did you get muted?
I missed that.
Coach Bruce, did you get muted?
I get muted. Yeah, I got muted several times. Like 3 or 4, because my phone was being weird.
You know, we got to get out of this thing of trying to make people the bad guy and get away from personal feelings. All right, and just have the conversation.
No personal feelings, brother. At the end of the day, you made a statement. I asked you not to do it. You said you wanted to go ahead and do it. You spoke your argument. I spoke my argument. That's
nobody's gonna dictate to me what comes out of my mouth. It's just not gonna happen. I'm not gonna do that to anybody else either. You know, I'm not gonna tell you
it's news.
You can't say a certain thing.
I get it.
I'm not gonna tell Coach
I'm gonna say this.
He can't say anything.
Of course,
I'm not gonna tell people what to say.
Thing is entertainment, like.
Right. It's real childish, bro. We got grown men on here acting like childs, bro. Like, just don't dictate to what comes out of people's mouths.
Come on. We don't got here. Come on. Like we're doing too much. We do too much. Keep it hoops.
Exactly. So let people speak freely. And I'm the host, right? And people are treating me like I'm the guest. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, this nigga is so dramatic.
Listen,
you're not muted, bro. We all hear that. So this is
that's so dramatic, my man. Like that was very dramatic. I'm the host, and at the end of the day, if you put me on an invitation, I feel like you're still upset about me asking you. I asked you very politely.
See, like, and then we're gonna air out personal things on a public. This is like where we gotta have some wisdom, bro. Like, come on now, let's have some wisdom. Does anyone else want to discuss Does anyone else
What was
want to
personal
discuss the
there,
topic,
sir?
bro?
It's wild.
I kind of
Yo,
want
can we
to. I kind of want to talk about something else. So we talked
Please.
about North. We talked about Fitchburg, Worcester, Leominster. You know what I mean? What about the girls scene? What's going on with the girls scene out there?
South High's legit.
It's looking like South High at the top to me. Like out of all the girls, I would say it's looking like South High.
Fenway
But
too, right, Casey?
I haven't gone out to watch myself, honestly. So I don't really know too much.
So
Bruce,
I mean they just beat Fenway, correct? I didn't check the score, but they just beat Fenway. Was that today?
Yeah,
Yeah.
57.
So
By
So
57?
I think the thing with South, I think we have to look at it like the way that we look at how North was last year. Like North finished 16-4 last year, boys side, if I'm not correct, in the regular season.
I think 16. Wait, what is 16-4? I think it had a better
it was
record.
16-4. Was it 16-4, 18-2?
18-2 sounds more
Okay.
of a North last year. Yeah, 18-2. I think
So
it was.
No.
then obviously
North
they
lost
got
one game last year in the regular season.
19-1.
19-1. Okay.
They only
but then
lost
they
to
got
Franklin
They
last
got
year.
like a low seed. They got like a low seed, right? Like a middle of the pack.
They played the state
16
championship team in the second round.
So let's look at that, right? So they got kind of a lower seed due to their strength of schedule, which in all reality, when we look at North, unfortunately, they play in the inner high, right? And until these inner high teams obviously are able to bring in some more guys, like obviously South does very well with some people. But just kind of getting back to it, I'm just kind of doing the thing with the South girls as well. They're kind of in the same boat with the North boys, whereas their strength of schedule is not so great. So they are also, they could go out and they could be 20-0, and they still might not get that one seed in their division because there might be a team from Boston who's 18-2 and their schedule's crazy, crazy loaded with, Lawrence and Newton, New Mission, all these other things. So I think as good as South girls are, we also have to remember that it's very similar to North boys' situation. And I think both teams are very young as well. Like they're young teams that can really go far, and they've all bought in and they all want to play together. And like even those girls have all like played together since they were like little kids. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure all of them have played together since they were little, and a lot of them play AAU together. So like that team could go really, really far, I think, and they're doing really well. So I'm glad to see that they played a Boston team because I think that's going to help their record, and I would like to see them get a high seed in the playoffs so they can make a little bit of a deep run because I think North boys
they beat Lynn today by 57.
So South High Community, right? That's the girls team.
Yep.
Yeah.
It says that they're 13-0 right now, 14th in state.
Yeah, they haven't lost.
That girl from Wachusett went Division 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's still there.
This comment said who y'all got Neshoba and Oakmont. I've only seen highlights.
Neshoba.
On my highlights, I got Neshoba.
Yeah, what you think, Cedric?
For boys?
Yeah,
tough.
boys.
Well, yeah, boys basketball is a question. I know Jordan. Oakmont will be in that game. Don't be surprised.
Think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it comes down to the end. I think the only thing is, and Jay, we've talked about this, like me and Jay are both extremely high on Ryan and Brandon, like we spoke about earlier tonight. I truly think, and this is nothing against Jordan, I know he plays at Oakmont, so I think Oakmont goes as far as those two go. And personally, I haven't really seen Neshoba play. I've seen some highlights. I'm recruiting one of their players, but I think that big man, if Oakmont can limit what he does, I think Oakmont has a real shot in that game. Because I think the brothers are an X factor, especially Brandon on the defensive end, more than just offense. I think his ball pressure is like one of a kind right now, outside of a North and a Fitchburg ball pressure. Because obviously I like both their ball pressure. Obviously Cedric knows I love Fitchburg. I'm recruiting like 7 of their kids. Their ball pressure is really, really good. So I think that could be a game to watch.
look at that comment though, and I think that comment is true because we saw Oakmont struggle with the Westboro big man who wasn't even a basketball player, right? So imagine Oakmont trying to deal with big boy from the show, but why am I forgetting his name right now? What's his name, Bruce?
I don't know. I really don't know because
we know his name. We know his name.
Jack? Is it Jack?
He's going to
something?
Skidmore
Jack
College.
something?
Jack Lagarde. Yeah. So
Jack Lagarde.
I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take
I'ma say
Neshoba because. Go ahead.
Coach Ortiz is gonna fix that. He's gonna fix the way they handled that Westboro big. I get it. Neshoba big is what's his name? Jack. He's a lot bigger.
Jack Lagarde.
Jack
Seems
Lagarde.
a lot quicker. You know what I mean? But I think Ortiz is gonna critique it, and then they got players like for instance the kid that asked it, Jordan. He's willing to put his body on the line for the sake of the team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I think they're gonna adjust and not again. I'm not gonna say they weren't gonna run away with it, but they definitely have a shot of beating Neshoba.
I think Oakmont is in every single game that they ever play this year, and I'm not gonna retract that statement. I truly think that that team is. I think last year they made a deep run, and I think that really helped a lot of their confidence. And as much as they missed the Kirkland kid, I still think that they're a good team.
I can't disagree with that. Yeah.
Regardless of size.
Like I know the way we deal with bigs. We try to limit, try to keep the ball as far as away from the paint, and then we double back. We front then help backside. We're not doubling down yet. We're not gonna show that out yet, but we'll throw it in when we need it. But right now we're fronting big and one behind right now, and I'm sure Danny's gonna do something similar or he's gonna double down.
Yeah,
he's gonna have them prepared and ready to go that game for sure.
Yeah. I mean, if you make the Lagarde kid put it on the floor, the Brandon and Ryan are so low to the ground that they can, and even the Hicks kid, he's low to the ground too. You know, they're because of their low center of gravity. If that kid puts it on the ground, he's getting that stolen, and they're going right the other way. So that is a really good game. That could be a game of the week to look at that one because of the difference in size and the one game Oakmont lost. Shepherd Hill, who does have Ryan Brooks, who in the class of 2023 probably the best senior around right now. So
he's been hooping.
I can throw it out there. I mean, he's been hooping. Like, I'm being unbiased here. Ryan Brooks is the best senior player right now this year, having the best season.
Ryan on what team?
Shepherd Hill.
Shepherd Hill.
I got out to these games, man. I haven't seen them play yet.
Okay, so he's legit. Like to watch, he's going to Keene State next year. Who's very, very good right now.
Oh, that's tough.
I just seen them play Wachusett. I was impressed with that Shepherd Hills team.
They're very good.
He back yet? Jake Cason, he's back.
He is. Yep.
Okay, I love him.
He had 8 the other night when they played Shrewsbury. They got a big win because Tony had 24, but Jake played very well.
Okay.
I'm a big Jake guy. Cason fan.
I'm so I was kind of not disappointed, but I'm like, damn. Once they lost Tucker, I was like,
Yeah, I mean but to be honest, KC, I've looked at their schedule and me and Jake have talked, and when you look at their schedule, their remaining schedule, like the hardest team obviously is North. They still have to play North because of the rematch, but they beat Shrewsbury. They have Algonquin again. You have to play St. John's like in Danvers, St. John's Prep, so that'll be a tough one. But they don't play. They've only played 13 games and they're 5-7. 12 games, 5-7. So they're in a good spot. I mean, to lose him and really only have 2 main scorers, and you have to have the other kids somehow help you get 10. They've been kind of hanging in there. I mean, Jake missed a game or two because he was so sick. So, Wachusett, I think, is a team to watch out for the second half of the season.
So Tucker went to school early, or he just training?
So he hurt his I heard he did not go early. What I heard is he sprained his ankle in that tournament when they played St. John's, and just due to safety stuff, and doesn't really want to hurt it too much more. He's got a scholarship on the table.
Yeah,
Him and the
sitting out.
coaching staff kind of sat down and
Nah,
was
he
like,
moved in. He moved
hey,
in his dorm. He moved in his dorm room.
He did, okay.
Oh.
Because like I said, I wasn't sure. I just knew. I knew what
Yeah,
happened.
but
I knew he kind of
I
had
definitely
an
heard he
injury.
left school, but I wasn't 200% either. That's why I had to ask. Yeah, I knew.
I just know why he decided to hang it up basketball wise, and it wasn't because he didn't want to play anymore. It was just he really wanted to focus on his future and like make sure that nothing happened to him to where he didn't have a shot to start next year.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I mean, you sign a. So.
I think that UConn QB graduated. I think too, so he could step in right in, maybe hopefully.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is, at one point when we were talking about Anthony, honestly, outside of like Octavius, in my opinion, obviously Kayvon at that PYT tournament, Tony was probably one of the best players out there.
Yes, I agree.
Hands down. And if you look who was around him,
CMBA.
he had a bunch. Facts. A bunch of young kids around him. Savion.
I wish Octavius is playing Central Mass basketball. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's up at Springfield, right? SCA.
Yeah.
You go to Bush.
No, Bush Academy.
No, my bad. Bush. He transferred.
He at SCA last year though.
Yeah.
SCA last year, and then because I know he's at Bush now.
Who was his coach?
His coach is Antonio still.
No, he plays second. He plays AA team.
Oh, okay.
Last year he played on a third team.
AA is at Bush, I believe, is Matt Brewer at Bush.
Oh damn! I thought
Matt Brewer. Yeah, he's a AAA, right? Matt Brewer.
No, Matt Brewer was the AA coach.
AA.
Okay.
What school?
Okay, yeah. So he's
What
okay
school would
with
he
coach.
play at if he was in Worcester again? What district?
I think
Wachusett.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, he'd be at Wachusett.
Yeah, it's a different team if he goes there. Goes back.
It's a different team if they don't lose a lot of those guys. If they don't lose a lot of those guys, it's a very different team.
I mean,
Oh my God, they have West too. Oh my God, yo.
Wachusett always been that school where they just bully people. And I think it's the first time in a long time where they're dealing with this problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's the first time in a long time where they've only had two, I don't want to say good players because I think Aiden fits his role really well for them.
I like Dylan.
I think the younger shooters can shoot. Yep. So the juniors and sophomores play their role pretty well, but when you look at it, it's really Jake and Tony, and outside of them, there's really no big name kids. Where before it's like you knew Tucker was there, you knew Jake was there, you knew Tony was there, you knew they had all these kids. So now it's just the Tony and Jake show, and it's a little bit different for them, especially those two who have played on a good team for a couple of years, and now they're kind of struggling in their senior year. Trying to ride off into the sunset. They're both seniors. They're 2023s.
We were supposed to play on Monday, and as we all know, there was a snowstorm, so we didn't get to play them. I was looking forward for that matchup.
But Doherty Division 1, correct?
Yeah.
School size. That's why it goes by school size.
Yeah.
Wachusett's Division 1 as well.
Some should be Division 1. I'll get that Division
2. So I got another question, right? Outside looking in, what do you think about? Fitchburg, my team.
I can go first.
Go ahead.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I thought y'all was done. I'm not gonna lie. When I came to play Doherty, I'm like, AP had to tell me. AP literally had to tell me. I'm like, hold on, tell me. I'm like, Fitchburg coming, they're about to do good. He said, yeah, they got a few kids. And I seen you guys warming up, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is about to be one of them ones. I told you already. Yo, what's that guard's name? I don't know why I like him so much.
Victor.
So I like Victor's game. So he's
He's very poised. I like his game, but he need to shoot the ball more. I ain't gonna lie. I think he need to shoot the ball a little more. To me,
KC, who's the CMBA kid that plays there?
Zion.
Zion. I forgot Zion.
He's tough.
I have Fitchburg.
We call him Kawhi Leonard at camp.
He's tough. Clamps.
Yo, he plays just like it.
We call him Kawhi at camp.
Cedric, so my favorite player is a player you're not even gonna expect me to like. Actually, you might, but it's Elijah Jeffries. That's my favorite player, bro, because he plays defense. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna try to lock up the best player on the other team. You know, he's strong body, athletic. So I like Elijah Jeffries. I know a lot of people may not talk about him as much, but he's tough.
I gotta see you guys play South again. I can't lie. You guys play again, right?
Nah, we don't.
Oh damn.
Yo,
they didn't want the smoke like that.
I have Fitchburg. Yo, can see, I was telling you at that game. I have Fitchburg like number 2, Central Mass at third. But then you guys need a little more on the bench. That's all. I think if you guys had a couple more guys on that bench.
Well, they did get Yadiel, so hopefully he helped.
Yeah, we get him back.
Oh, you guys got another CMBA camp. Kid too though. You got my man Mikey, but he played JV a little bit. He gonna be nice.
Mikey's coming up. He's
Mikey's
coming up. I'm excited for Mikey.
That kid went a whole week at camp on a sprained ankle when he was in 6th grade. I like him a lot. I like that kid.
Who is that, K?
Mikey, little Mikey. You
Mikey Bolak.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Yeah. He went the whole week on a sprained ankle one time at camp, and he won a ship too. I like him a lot. He's tough.
Who you guys adding to your team that was out?
Yadiel Rivera.
Yeah, we call him Gigi Rivera. He's a senior guard, big defensive guy. He got his first minutes after coming off of a broken wrist or like a broken bone by his wrist. So it was his left hand, which is his dominant hand. So like him shooting the ball right now is a little shaky, but he's back in full speed. We're just trying to work his confidence back up to keep shooting like he used to. Defensive minded first.
A brick wall.
Yeah.
But one thing that might kill you guys though,
break
bro, I'm
his
not gonna lie.
face and go back to play defense.
One thing that might kill you guys though, you guys are only 4-4 right now, so I mean you guys got to get these makeup games scheduled, right? Or what?
Yeah. So we made up the St. Paul game because it got canceled on Wednesday. We made it up Thursday that just passed, and then we got Wachusett. We still got to make up. But our February schedule crazy. Like we play.
That's the only thing that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's gonna help the kids because they playing a lot more, or it's gonna hurt them because they playing too much when it comes to district. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm nervous about too, to be honest.
That's the only thing I just start thinking about right now. I'm like, dang, y'all only 4-4. Dudes already done played 12, 13 games already.
That's what I'm saying. So we play the 3rd, the 4th, then like the 6th, 7th, then the 10th, then the 14th, 15th. Like it's crazy. It's back to back. We got a bunch of back-to-backs, and then we still haven't made up the Wachusett game. That's going to be a battle. But anytime we look at the schedule, like just like the coaching staff and us, like we're just confident in these boys because again we're playing with a lot of seniors this year. We have 9 seniors, and the rest we have 13 in total. So the rest of the kids that play for the future, but they're playing as well. So those seniors right now is like. We're poker chips to the middle of the table. You know what I mean? We all in. Like, we're trying to make a push. Because last year, we came short against Norwood. Norwood came ready. That number 14 kid that just scored 1,000. I can't think of that kid from Norwood.
Good. Yeah, they were really well coached, too.
She did a good job, the coach out there.
Yeah.
She did a good job getting those boys
ready. She's doing
ready.
the same thing with the girls team. She's doing the same thing with the girls team now. She's rebuilding them.
Oh, man. That Norwood team's pretty good. And they lost to Malden Catholic in the finals, that Malden Catholic team. So we know where we stand. And now we got a little taste of it. We're trying to push forward with the kids that you're saying, like Zion, Victor. Everybody knows Omar, right? Omar's a walking highlight.
Don't forget about Quentin. Don't forget about Q.
Quentin's pretty good too. Yeah,
he's the most slept on kid on our team. Where
Yeah.
they look at him and they're like, all right, we don't got to worry about him, and he'll sit there and hit a three in your guy's face, go to the rack, take it to himself. Like he's a good talent. And then we got like y'all said, Zion, which Kawhi. We got little Kawhi going. You know what I mean?
Kawhi.
And
hey Cedric, there's a question. There's a question on the board for you.
Oh, fact, are they? Yeah, right. Good question.
Oh, I'm not for sure. I'm not sure yet. It's still blank on our schedule. And
I don't think you can Clark. I don't think you will Clark, but I think
it's a Central Mass.
It's
probably Central Mass
Either. Oh, but another team that we got to mention real quick before we get out of here. If we, I don't know how long we got, whatever. But David Prouty, that undefeated 13-0. I don't know if you guys seen him play, but you guys got to get out there. Braden White.
Legit, man.
Braden White. And they got Tyler Patchen over there coming off the bench. And yeah, I just seen the play the other day that really they're tough. They're tough. I can't lie. But they're D5 though, but they're tough at D5. You know what I mean? They're tough.
They go about 6 deep.
Yeah.
Let me open it up a little bit. Tishaun or Doug, you guys want to say anything?
So some of these conversations that we're having, unfortunately, I just know them from camp or what KC's saying. So right. I'm trying to pay as much attention as possible, but I'm true Worcester, and I love everybody outside of Worcester. I'm not, but it's just even for me to see the kids that are playing locally, it's been difficult with all the stuff I have going on. So I'm just tuned into whatever you guys are posting and whatever everyone's talking about, and all the kids from CMBA camp. And I just honestly, like I said, I just love. My focus is changing the culture. So I just love everything everyone's doing, and let's keep on doing this, keep on pushing the narrative, and just making it about basketball.
I think, sorry, I'm reading one of the comments. We didn't get bumped out by North Middlesex. We got bumped out by Norwood.
Norwood, yeah. I was just there.
North Middlesex, says from Brian, gave us a run last year. I'm pretty sure we beat them by like 12, 15 points. It ended up being a close game, but then we ran out on them last year. So I don't know what game you were watching, but they're definitely not a team that to sleep on though. Like they're a little scrappy. The record doesn't show it, but they're scrappy.
I know about Jordan McSpadden, but yeah,
that kid's legit.
He's legit.
Legit.
He needs to get out. My opinion is he needs to not be at Auburn next year, though.
Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling he'll probably stay.
It's true though. NBA kid, he can hoop. Jordy's legit.
30, like almost. He's had multiple 30-point games.
Like all these kids that were naming the Braden Whites, the Jordan McSpaddens, all the kids from North. I had them.
Even Jordan Pantojas, even the Oakmont boys. Jordan Pantojas is a CMBA guy. Pavia.
JJ Hickson over there.
JJ Hicks.
Central Mass got good athletes, man. We just gotta, get their names out more often with conversations just like this. Because all right, Bruce, this is kind of like towards you a little bit. Like, can you kind of speak on what you guys look for at the college level? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like right now we're really looking, like when it comes to skill, obviously kind of what everyone else is looking for. Do like in a role, like I'll talk about, Darnell Thomas, who we got from Fitchburg last year. Crazy great defensive kid, great athlete. He's just finally starting to play super, super well for us right now. Had back-to-back 13-point nights. But, we look for a lot of different things, but we look for skill. We look for IQ. Can you shoot the ball? How well, what's your character? And really like grades. Like we really want guys that are good in the classroom. For us, we have the mentality of we can get who we try to get whoever we want, and we'll go after them until we're told no. Personally, I go after the same guys Worcester State and Anna Maria and Fitchburg and all those Division III guys go after, because I love Central Mass basketball. That's why my AAU program is called Central Mass Dynasty. I absolutely love it. I highly recruit it. I think that Central Mass is slept on in general, and I try to put out there. But, for instance, Cedric, we know this. Like, I'm very high in Elijah. The thing I love about Elijah is he does play defense, like Jay said. He's also not scared. He has a chip on his shoulder. He's not afraid to lock up any guy in the gym any night. And he's also not that tall. I mean, the kid's not 6'3". A guy like Brandon Halecki, probably 5'9". He will lock up any guard 94 feet and not care, and he'll take anyone off the dribble and not care. So me personally as a coach, I love tough kids that don't give a shit, excuse my language, don't give a crap about who they're playing, and just care about this is a basketball game, and from start to finish, I'm the best player on the court, and I want to make my team better. But I think there needs to be some humble to it as well, some humble pie of like, I know I need to be better at this. I know I could be better at this. I also know there may be other guys who are going to be above me or are going to be, behind me, or guys I have to compete with. So it is very different on every single level on what we really look for. I mean, obviously we look for height, but small guy, I was a small kid when I played. I'm only 5'7", so I don't really mind the shorter guards because they play really tough.
You got to bring back.
What do you say, AP?
You got to bring back the housing. Like when I went to Quincy, there was housing.
Yeah, so that's something that I would really like to do, because I actually recruit a lot of Rhode Island kids as well and try to get them to come out, because they're not really highly recruited. Housing, it does become really an issue when it comes to us, but we've been able to get, our best player this year is from Melrose. We've been able to get a kid from Greenfield come out and find some housing. The only issue is just kind of finding a partner that's able to do it with us.
Nah, for sure. Because when we was a Final Four team, we had 3 guys that lived in housing. One was from North Adams and one was from Roxbury, so it helped.
Okay.
It helped having housing.
Yeah, I actually reached out. I reached out to somebody actually last year and see if we do partnership. And they're like, no, it's like, but they were like, we can get you a 2-bedroom for $1,200 a month. I'm like, I don't know if this kid's gonna afford it. And I'm like, we can fit 4 kids in there, but so we're looking for more of like a partnership piece, because that's really the way that you kind of get this done. The housing at junior college levels versus a couple coaches in the region like house kids in their basement. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, that's not a good living situation for them. It's more of like, I want to make sure they're in the right predicament as well. And I think that's another thing, Cedric, like, are we the right fit for somebody, right? Do they fit what we're trying to do? Do we fit what they want to do, right? Like, we also want kids that want to play right away, that really want to play basketball. So, like there's, just, we talked about Braden White earlier, right? I love Braden White. I've been on him for a year and a half, like started talking at the beginning of his junior year. Unfortunately, he is a 4.0 student. He really wants to go live at school.
You said fortunately, right?
I said fortunately.
Yeah.
Fortunately for him, yes. Sorry.
It's a good thing. Yeah,
fortunately for him, it's a great thing. He's a 4.0 student. Awesome. So he wants to go live at school, and he wants to get that 4-year degree and just go right into his major and not have to transfer, which is great for him. He also he doesn't really care if he plays right away. He just wants the basketball experience as well as just kind of just reaping the benefits of how hard he worked in school, which I really appreciate, So we also appreciate honesty. We want guys to be honest with us on what they're really looking for, where we are in their conversation. Like, don't be like, yeah, Bruce, you're like top 2 if we're really not there, because we're being honest with you, right? Like, I want you to come play here, and I think you could. I'm being completely honest with you about it. If you're not being honest, that's not really there. So I think, there's so many different things that come into what you look for in a player. And for me, I look for guys that around this area that I know are really good kids, that I know are really good hoopers, that people speak very highly of.
Bruce, real quick. Luis Rivera has a question. Hey,
I like
Doug,
that.
do you want to touch on that? I don't know if you've seen Burncoat, or who's seen Burncoat.
I did.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that. I've seen burnt coat. I don't know the names. Ty, you can probably.
I know them all.
Number 15, the guard, lefty.
Oh, you talking about Jaden?
Jaden. I like
Yeah,
Jaden.
I love Jaden.
I like Jaden's game. He just need to be a little more aggressive because it's you know what I mean. Where he's at, he need to be a little more aggressive and like a more assertive like way of where he's at. That's my only problem with Jaden is with him. I would say. And number one, what's his name? The other
Guard
guard
or a big?
The other
John
guard.
Carlos?
He's tough.
John
John
Carlos.
Carlos?
I like both of them. I just think they both need.
What year is John
a little more
Carlos?
aggressive.
Doug.
Gene Carlos is a sophomore.
Yeah, he's gonna be good.
Yeah, he's tough.
I just
So
think they both need to be.
I'm gonna talk on this. So I mean, that burn coat is my baby, but I think that some of the things when we talk about like how we make these kids better, burn coat's a perfect example. I had group texts. Jay will tell you, all these guys will tell you, with every school, and burn coat, because I coached there a year before, I really focused in on them a lot. There was no clue of who the coach was going to be up until a month before the season, if that. So we kind of set these kids up for failure because choosing a coach a month before a season, like I told Jay, the season doesn't start a month before the season. It's 3 months. It's what you're doing in the off season. I'm telling these kids more than anything, you can't train with me. I'm working them out for free. If your grades aren't good, we can't have the conversation about training. What coaches and trainers are having the conversation with the kids about exactly the things that you're looking for, Bruce, like the attitude. We're telling them about, hey, Tishaun Coach Jenkins is a perfect example. When we're doing the workouts, I follow his lead. He's the guru. He won't even let a kid walk to him. Because this is simple things. This is mannerisms. Who you are on the basketball court and how you identify yourself. That's where the training starts. Because it's really a mental game, and we all know that. So when you're trying to teach a kid to put the ball between your legs 33 times and shoot the ball off the Euro step or whatever, we got to break it down more than that to these kids, because all that's great, but when you got a 30-second shot clock, when is that going to happen? And now we're making sure these kids are eligible to play. I'm not saying anybody's not doing. I'm not saying any coaches. I'm saying, but us as a community need to be checking on these kids and making sure that basketball's going to stop dribbling at one point too.
Right.
Like we got to keep that in mind as well.
All right, guys, we're closing in on 11 o'clock. I know you guys got lives and maybe want to go chill out, go home or whatever.
Can I ask one more thing about the?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
About Burncoat. Do you think? Obviously, the new coach a month before the season, but you think losing Petaway does a lot?
Yeah, absolutely.
The son of the coach. The son of the coach.
Guys, to be honest, like so
Denny's great.
Gideon, I think
Denny's good.
When we talk about
And he's great.
Gideon Majuk, am I saying that last
Gideon,
name right,
yeah.
Jay? I'm a big Gideon. I'm a huge Gideon guy. He actually told me that the guys actually took it as a challenge when Talon left. They took it as the city is going to look down on us, and the city is going to think we're not good anymore because Talon is gone. And the guys actually, they love Talon. They wish them all the best. But Gideon's like, we want to prove that Talon wasn't the only reason why we won some games last year. And obviously they have won two. They've won two. They've won 2 games. And they're in games and they're competing. So I will say that team is a very scrappy team, and they're very. It seems like they're close and like they want to win for each other. And I think that's a team that a lot of people don't look at for the sole fact of, they don't really have a quote unquote superstar in their team. I mean, when you look at Maine South, like Chayton Marshall's getting a lot of a buzz because he's young and athletic, and Savion can really shoot the ball. But when you look at, I mean, how many people are really talking about Gideon? How many people are talking about Jaden? How many people are talking about John Carlos? How many, you know what I mean? Like in the city in general, what we hear on Instagram and all these different things, obviously people talk about Alex from South and everyone from North. And like I said, Maine South, they're 2 guys. So I think like maybe as a community, we can start to be like, hey, Burncoat's got these 2-3 really good kids. Like when we all said it, like number 15, we all knew it was Jaden, right? But like people aren't being like, hey, Jaden's doing this or Jaden's doing that. And like Gideon's a crazy good dunker, a crazy good athlete. Like, he kind of wants to, like, he can be a college guy next year. So I think maybe in general, like I think right now North is just really, really good. And it's been a long time since we've had a team like this that everyone's like, yeah, let's praise North. But I think we should also focus on all those other kids that work really, really hard too. and just unfortunately don't have, maybe all the talent that North has to really be successful, in a high school way.
I'll say this: I coached Franco at the Jamboree, and we beat Maine South, and I didn't have.
Yeah, I saw that was great. That was
That was
great.
a good win. That was a good win.
They worked hard.
Jaden
All right,
played.
guys.
I thought Jaden played really good that game.
KC or AP, you guys want to close out? Anything you guys want to say, or any topics you think we should discuss next weekend?
I just want to say it's good talks for sure. I like it. I think we should do this every week. And yeah, that's all. That's really all I got.
Yeah,
same
thank you,
here.
bro. Definitely thank you for being in tune and willing to have the conversation, man. I definitely appreciate you. You too, Anthony.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, also when I do the high school jamboree again and like the summer jam and all the events I do, Fitchburg, you're more than welcome to come, bro. Let's get connected.
That'll be dope.
Yeah, no, I'll bring the boys up. Just
Yeah,
we'll link up. I'll follow all of you guys, and then we'll link up and get it going.
yeah, bro. It's a open invite for all my events, man. You can bring your guys down whenever.
Word. That's love.
All right. Coach Cedric, you want to close out, or are you good?
Good. Yeah, I mean, good talk. I'm with it. Weekly check-ins is we can talk basketball all day.
Word. And you the only non-Worcester dude that's here besides me. I'm from Boston, but you the only other non-Worcester dude that's here. So definitely thank you for coming through.
Of course.
All right, Doug and Tishaun, what you guys got?
508. That's all I gotta say. That's it.
Central Mass basketball, baby.
508.
978.
617.
Yeah, that is.
774.
All right, man.
All right, guys.
All right, y'all.
Hey, Bruce, stick by 1 second, Bruce.
Got you.
All right, Bruce, what'd you think, man?
I thought that was good. I mean, I think, we were able to talk about some pretty good things. I do think that there are some very strong opinions. But I think, it needs to be like, this is a forum that me and you want to create it of like respectful opinions and respecting everyone's opinions and like having, detailed conversations. And I think all of us have mutual respect for each other and we need to show that. And I'm just not a big guy in disrespect. It's just kind of not my thing. And, granted, whether someone's a couple years older than us or not, like me and you both know Doug said he was 34. He's 5 or 6 years older than both of us. And, he wouldn't talk down to us. So, excuse me. I think people need to learn to respect each other a little bit more. And I think that next time when we do this, like, it needs to be in a respectful manner because I didn't really like how certain conversations were getting out of hand and getting disrespectful. And that's why I was trying to like have your back with it because like, I don't know. I just don't really like disrespect in my own.
Hey, listen. Hey, Bruce, you know I can handle it. I go everywhere by myself.
I know. I just get pissed. I just get pissed about it. So.
What was I gonna say? Oh, one thing I want to talk about though is the whole thing of like, I see North High, they have a page and quite frequently they post like, hey guys, like if we don't post you, it's not because we're trying not to post you. It's just because we didn't get the video or you didn't tag us. So if people are trying to reach out to us to go see a game or to watch a certain player or we didn't post a certain highlight, you got to understand, like there's a lot of basketball going on. And we don't even really post the girls. And that's something I also need to do a better job of, is posting the girls, right? So I try to include everybody, but in doing that, it's almost impossible to include everybody, even if, it's not like I'm trying not to. And the only other thing I want to address is if I don't post North, because sometimes I don't post North because there's so much North to post. I don't want the whole thing to just be North, and nobody else. So I try to, give people their even segments on the platform and not oversaturate it. North has a page for that. And I'm trying to include as many people as possible. So I want people to be mindful of that too. Like, you know, I see last year when I was doing this, I was at North. So there was a lot of North, right? Then I wasn't at North and I branched out. I see some people are still in the trap of focusing on one school, but there's still a lot of talent elsewhere. Like we see some of the panelists who are saying, I don't even know these guys. That's because, you know, they don't really get outside of the bubble, you know, to see who else is around. And that's important because at one point you might have to play those other guys you never got a chance to look at. So you got to be knowledgeable and mindful that there's other players around here.
But then that also comes with the fact of like you have to be humble and you have to be like, yeah, we're killing everyone and like we're only playing 7 guys when we're up 40 and like beating the crap out of people. If you're not humble, that's going to come back to bite you in the freaking rear end, because you could run into a team that you think, oh, we're going to swamp them, and they're ready for you. Like the next time North plays Lawrence is going to be ready, and Lawrence will probably have the home field. Lawrence probably be at Lawrence. So
or Franklin
who beat them last year, or a Natick who's really tough, or
those teams that hold the games. Yeah, even though those teams that hold the score to like in the 40s, those ugly games. Yeah. Like you can't really sleep on those teams.
And that's the thing, like that's what I was trying to talk about earlier, like humble. Like people need to be humble. Like there's a certain thing where like me and you are two people who, like we have chips on our shoulders just because that's who we are and like that's how we coach and that's how we do our stuff. But like we also, like I know my deficiencies, you know your deficiencies, like we know where we come from.
But you know what?
Like, people have to, but like
that's why me and you, like we like a tag team. Right, the stuff I'm not good at, you're good at. The stuff you're not good at, I'm good at.
Exactly. Like I'm not good with the film stuff, and you are.
Right. You like to communicate and chat, and you know, rub shoulders with everyone. I'm not really like that.
Today, I was just sitting back and letting people do the thing, and just listening to the way people talk about things, and then
you get to learn. You get to learn a lot about each other. I'll say that. You know, you learn more because we don't really all know each other that well. So. We're still all getting to know each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just funny to hear people, you know, want to be like, I'm not about this, but then every time you mention a kid, it's CMBA and all this. It's like, all right.
Yeah. Bro, we could talk about that after though, or you know, I don't even really want to go into that because honestly, who cares?
I think it just frustrated me. That's all.
Yeah, it's all good. Me, I'm used to the heat. I get hundreds of messages. People trying to tell me what to do and what to post, and I got to hear it from, man, if you guys seen the stuff that I get in the messages, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, why would you post this, why would you say that, I'm like, yo, you can't please everybody, bro. Oh, here's another thing, right? Post one, right? This is what I learned. They're not mad at me, they're mad because they don't like the person, or they're a little bit jealous of the person that I posted. So if I post someone, they're not mad at me. They're just mad that it's not them in the spotlight. So that's why I was talking about, like, yo, like, who cares? Like, we don't have to be so catty about attention, man. Like, they say that's a trait for girls, but really a lot of guys act like that. You know what I mean? We got to be a little bit more mature. But I do see like a lot of kids do show each other love, so that's definitely true. We talked about that today, but at the same time, you know, you gotta you know, not always be in competition with other people and actually support other people and what they're doing. And me, I have no dog in the fight. That's why I could play a role like this and show everybody love. I'm not a fan of no school. I like certain players, but I'm not a fan of not one particular.
No, I think the good thing about me, like college coaches, I see all these guys all the time because they may not be someone I'm recruiting, but they're playing someone I'm recruiting, and like I have to be around it. And I think that's you know, a really good thing how we're able to be like unbiased. And Doug as well, you know, is very able to be unbiased because he works with
Doug's
everyone.
A cool dude, man.
You know,
he's a cool dude.
So I think the three of us are really able to be, and I think Tishaun to a certain extent is able to be unbiased as well. You know, AP as well. I think everyone really is unbiased, and even Cedric, you know, he loves Fitchburg, but he knows the Lucky Brothers, he knows things. So I felt like a lot of people, and KC as well, you know, he doesn't he's pretty much just in the city. So I think the group of us, we are able to be unbiased to a certain extent, and then some people do go like, well, North here or South here. But I think
Well,
as long as we keep everything
North
unbiased,
fans love North.
yes,
Just put it that way.
yes, they are.
There's no getting
I'm
around
going
that.
to use the word obsessed, and if people say I'm wrong, they can put it in the chat. I know someone said I sound like a Twitter person or something.
Yeah,
I don't.
you know it, but don't pay attention to, what I mean?
So
Those people, I just block them. But hey, you want to watch a video real quick? You want to watch Tech versus AMSA?
Oh yeah, because I want to see Raj in there too. How'd Werler play in this game?
Oh, we're gonna see. Werler played pretty good. I know it's a little bit laggy, guys, but Werler played pretty good. Look, there's that guy right there.
There it is.
That guy's a beast, and he's slept on. Powerful, can go up and down. He got some things to work on, but that's for everyone.
He's a good player. Big Tariq in there too.
Mm-hmm. And Tariq was stretching the floor, man. He was shooting mid-range, 3-point shots.
Yeah, he's actually better at doing that than playing inside.
That's a good take. Honestly. Yeah, that's a solid take. Look at that boy. Look at that boy.
AMSA goes as far as he goes.
Yeah.
This one too, number 1, he's pretty good as well. He's their shooter, right?
I had to throw that missed layup in there. Anton, floater game is crazy.
Yeah, he's going to Clark.
Oh wow, really?
He's gonna try to walk on.
Walk on? Okay, good for him. He's a good kid, man.
Walk on.
He's not a problem kid.
Very good.
Say what?
Hi, kid. He's a sophomore at Worcester Tech. He's very good as well.
Okay.
The one with the ball. I think he can be very good as a senior. I think he just needs some development. But his dad played in Finland for like 10 years or something. He said. Just a weird stat, but. See, Tariq jumped there. He can't jump. If he just stays straight up, he gets himself a nice block.
That's Braden.
Oh, yeah, he can shoot.
He's been working on it. Look, Tariq's stretching the floor, man.
That's what he likes to do. Big guard.
6'5", maybe 6'5". Anton.
Probably say around 6'5". I don't know how deep Worcester Tech goes in the playoffs, but I think they definitely can get there and make a little bit of a run.
I wouldn't be surprised if they made it to the second round.
I think if they can get themselves like 15-5, 15-5, I think they can get themselves a really good seed, which would get them kind of an easier first round matchup.
Yeah, they're 9-3 right now.
Yeah, so I mean, if they can go, 6-2 the rest of the way, I think they'll be all right. But
now, AMSA does have AMSA has a few good players. Like I noticed number 3 is pretty good. I think his name's maybe Mateo. I'm not sure. I don't want to butcher his name. He's pretty good.
So they were really good a couple years ago.
Okay.
A couple years ago, they were really good, and then they graduated everybody. And one of their kids went prep, and because his older brother was very good as well. So that kid should be a senior right now with Raj. But he ended up going prep. I forget where it was. He was a really tough lefty. Could shoot it. It was really, really good. Yeah, Tariq should definitely try to play inside more. I think that would really open up his game. I mean, he stretches it well, but you need to be able to do more than that at the next level. You got to be able to do both.
How do you feel about his shot blocking?
I mean, I feel like he could be... I haven't seen it like crazy on display lately, but it's pretty good from what I heard, from what people have said. That's his best attribute, but he's just going to get tougher. Just gonna get to, because he doesn't like to play inside offensively. So that kind of makes him not soft, but he's not used to being in the paint.
Okay. And what year is he? Is he a junior, sophomore, junior?
Sophomore.
Okay. Let's see if I
So
got
he's
one
still
more
got 2
video.
years to work on it. He plays Team New England as well. So, but I think the thing is with him is they let him play outside. So they don't really like work on him being on the inside.
Okay, I'm gonna play one more clip, and it's the Fitchburg Doherty game. I never posted this game, only because there were some holes in the game, and I was a little bit disappointed that my camera was dying and whatnot. But I'm gonna play this last clip, Bruce, and we out of here, man.
Okay, let's see this one.
Yeah, hopefully it's
We
not too
talked about
choppy.
Prince. I think Prince is the most improved player in the city.
I was saying the same thing, but then they were telling me that he hasn't been performing that well as of late. So I don't know.
Still gotta give the kid credit to come from where he was last year to now.
Big jump. There's the kid Victor, number 5.
He's very good. He had a tough game against Leominster, though. That was a big reason they lost. He really didn't produce. Very tough game against Leominster.
This is laggy. This was a good game. I'll try to get this game up at some point.
Joey's a very good player.
Is he a senior?
Yes, he is, and he's very good academically as well.
That's what's up. Sound like a good kid.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I say unfortunately, I say unfortunately for
you,
the Quincy basketball program, that some of these kids are really, really great academically, because then it kind of shies them away from wanting to go junior college, because everyone thinks it's because of grades.
Number 5 on Leominster, he's pretty good. If that's the Terrence kid, he's pretty good.
That's the quarterback. He was the quarterback. He's pretty good.
Is that McCormick?
No.
Okay.
Osiris.
On Leominster?
Leominster, number 5 is Osiris.
Okay.
He's very good player.
That's my guy right here with the ball. Elijah Jeffries.
That is your guy. It's Elijah.
I think he's top 12 in his class. Top 10 or top 12. He's up there. Because he's tough, though. I like, to watch tough players. And Fitchburg has a lot of scrappy, tough
Rebounds
guys.
well, too.
Yeah.
Very active. This whole Fitchburg team is very active. I think the one thing that hurt him in the playoffs, though, was a little bit of size. Quinton's
they have
5,
some size this year, though. Yeah, they have a little bit of size.
They have more size this year than they did last year, that's for sure. But I think they're more wing heavy. I still think they're wing heavy. They start probably 4 wings. Because I also don't think Omar is a guard. I think he's a wing.
He worked on his guard skills over the summer. I was watching videos of him working with I forget the kid's name. He was working on his guard skills a lot, so I think that's why he's been leaning into it a little bit more this year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just think he's a really good wing, just the way he plays, with the dunking ability and some ability.
There he is.
There
I know he wanted that clip from me. So you got it. It's a little bit choppy and laggy, but there it is.
I think he's gonna be. I want to see what he looks like next year. I want to see the leap he takes from junior to senior year, and then I'll kind of be able to tell where he would probably end up.
Before this season, I was making a list of who would be the top 5 most entertaining players to watch, and he was one of my 5.
Oh no, he's entertaining.
I would probably go Colin Petway, Alex Johnson. I was gonna put Joe Oakley in there, Kayvon, even though he's not public, and then it was what's his name from Fitchburg, Omar Rodriguez. Those would be my top 5 most entertaining, exciting players to watch.
I mean, they're entertaining. I definitely like to watch them. I mean, I think Joe maybe is more entertaining last year than he is this year, and I think that's because Tishaun is around and plays a lot more.
Yeah, and Tishaun got a lot better.
And plays more inside. Last year he shot the ball a lot from the outside. This year he plays more in.
Which is something he still has to work on a little bit.
Because last year they played him at the 3, and they started Carl, who I also think everybody needs to realize he is the one who has bought in more than anybody else. He went from being a starter every year on every game at a 19-1 team to barely playing. So I think that people need to give him some sort of credit for taking the biggest buy-in ever on that team, more than the quote-unquote star players, because of his massive role change. And I will just flat out say
you want to watch a video
You
about details? I got a video about details.
Oh, let me see. I gotta see it. Before we go, I gotta see this video about details.
I heard this guy's the guru out here, so we're gonna watch that work. And this is TJ Power from Duke, or Worcester Academy going to Duke. From what was this?
We'll see how much he
November?
plays.
I think this film is from November, or probably late November, December.
Yeah, I was like right after he committed, I think.
Okay. And honestly, he did. Like, there was some drills that he kind of struggled in, but then like maybe after doing it once or twice, then he kind of like picked it up and figured it out. So, you will see him like missing, a few shots in a row before he starts.
Which is fine. Everybody does.
Yeah.
Just all about not letting it get in your head.
Yeah.
He does have a smooth jump shot.
It's nice.
I like it. Especially for someone at 6'9". You don't usually see jump shots like that. Like, it's all just crisp. It's jumping and everything, just nice and crisp. Keep missing.
Yeah, he was off, but the drill I posted on YouTube, it's actually the same drill. He was on fire. So I didn't share this one because he was missing. But the one I posted on YouTube, he was on fire.
Okay.
So, but I think this is good because you get to see that like even the best players, big time players, 4-star players, they have struggles,
Yeah. I don't know. I want to fast forward to see him next year and see how he plays at that level in the ACC.
Well, have you watched the big kid at Duke this year?
Yeah, Philip Kowski.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think he's great.
He's been doing pretty decent. His efficiency in the season wasn't great. I don't know if he's gotten better at his efficiency, but
no, he's actually been really efficient around the rim. He's been able to get his shot off. He's actually been probably their best freshman. And obviously Derek Lively was ranked above him. Dariq Whitehead was ranked above him. And then they have who else? And then they got the lefty Mitchell kid, I think. But like Dariq Whitehead starting to play better. But Philip Kelsey started every game, played really well, averages like 17 and 10. Like it's just actually playing extremely well. So I do hope that TJ's game does translate. I just think that their games are two very different things, and I think
they're very different.
I think that TJ could end up being just a 3-and-D type guy in college and in the NBA if he does make it that far. I think we're talking ahead, but
hold on. I never thought of him as
being his role.
Yeah, I never thought of him as a defender, but I will say this.
No, but I mean, hopefully he learns how to play it in college.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit different, but if someone like Connaughton can make the NBA, I think TJ could do it too.
I think he reminds me of a Gallinari.
Yeah, that's true.
A young Danilo Gallinari.
Yeah, I could see that.
Similar size.
He's not as filled in as Gallinari, but I could see that.
No.
even Gallinari's rookie year, he was muscular. But I think like very similar way they play, like 3-point shooters, taller guys,
Can handle the ball.
dunkers.
Yeah.
I think that that's probably his best comparison.
Okay. Yeah,
in
I'm
my
not
mind,
mad at
anyways. But maybe that's just me.
All right, Bruce, you ready to get up out of here, man?
Yeah, I gotta do some schoolwork, man. Kids, go to grad school. It's worth it.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening. I hope you were entertained and you learned something. I'm Coach Jay. It's Coach Bruce. We're the founders of Hoop Central. And, we can handle the heat.
We sure can.
All right, guys. Peace out.